Så ska vi bara spela ljudet igång med. Där. Nu blir det svartvitt och stickgubbar och pang-pang och... Jag vet inte vad allt det här är för något. Jag kan skjuta grejerna på skärmen i alla fall. Ping, ping, ping. Nu kan man också skjuta. Ja, en sprack. Ja, det här... Jag har ingen aning om vad det här är för något, men det såg roligt ut. Så jag tänkte, det kör vi. Har jag mina vindruvor. Jag tror jag har DLC också. Jag vet inte riktigt vad det innebär, men... Pew, 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 pew. Trycker på New Game. Usch, wanted for protagonizing. Några hiccup. Reward 1.163 meat. Okej. Edit your name. Nej, så kan vi inte heta. Change character. Okay. Aha. Ska ju vara teddybjörnen såklart. Björn Cogburn. Björn CTS för det blir så där. Racing your reward is just for fun. Ja. Play. Play Bjorn. We're ready to get going. Yeah. Let's go. I had a strange dream. I was choosing a character class. Cowpuncher. Dum. Bean slinger. Snake oiler. Cowpuncher. Cowpunchers solve their problems with their fists, whether it's shaking them at a disagreeable fella in a disreputable saloon, or using them to punch a slightly more disagreeable fella in a slightly less reputable saloon. Where the cowpunchers are in demand out west, since the cow came home, which stands to reason, the cows aren't gonna punch themselves after all. I wanna be a cowpuncher. Mitt rum. Okay. Wazd. Huh. You read the spine of one of your books, Ada Brown and the Forgotten Church. I love that one. Read another title. Otis Swift and the Curse of Zombie Castle. Escape from Butcher's Grove. I read that one 10 times. The Occurrence of the Spooky Forest. The Treasure of the Black Canyon. The Curse of the Old Cellar. Oh, hey, this one will come in handy. Got an item. Walking Stupid. China Spyware. Just there, west of Loathing. This weird poster appeared here one night. Okay. Goodbye desk. Kan man säga. XP. XP för kammarhåret. Så coolt. Hey Russell, how you doing? Gonna miss you, buddy. Feed him a cricket. Grab a cricket from the cricket bag and feed it to Russell. He coos appreciatively and nuzzles your hand. Goodbye, Russell. Be good. New character. Muscle, mysticality, moxie, grit, gumption och glamour. Jag gillar statsnamnen alltså. Beef up och first aid. Beef up. Tap into your inner wellspring of beefiness, temporarily increasing your muscle. Coolt. In the West, doctors are few, far between, expensive, and poorly trained. You decided it's safer to take matters into your own hands. På telefonen så förväntar dig senare reaktioner och slöa svar. Nice. Har du startat Steam än? Ska vi spela musik? Goodbye phonograph. Pull the needle away from the cylinder and stow the handle away. Ja. Ut genom dörren. Nu börjar äventyret. Mitt vardagsrum. Heck yeah. Stack the firewood. XP. Muscle is a measure of how beefy you are. Beefcake. It affects how much damage you do when you hit stuff and how much damage you take when you get hit. Okay, stamina alltså. Nothing on the hat rack today. The hearth really puts the hearth in hearth and home. Gonna miss mom's cooking. Is mom pie safe? It keeps all her pies safe. Okay, you miss meals with the family. Vi kommer sakna mycket grejer tydligen. Lillbrorsans rum. You pick up one of your brother's weird books and flip it through it. Vorallsungen über Zahlentheorie. Nothing of it makes a lick of sense. Händer lite saker som kommer inte i säng för 10. Okej. Då hoppas jag att du har sovit gott eller vad? You pick up one of your brother's weird books. On the application of dynamics of a general mathematical method previously applied to optics. 10 i morse? Åh, herregud. Ja, då händer det grejer. Du var uppe hela natten. Weird books. An investigation of the laws of thought, on which are founded the mathematical theories of logic and probabilities. I think it's about math, maybe? Look inside. You got an item. Puzzle cube. So tidy. Cover all those weird diagrams. Okay, items. Puzzle cube. Fiddle with it. XP. Hooray! Unlock stupid walking as an option. This book tells the tale of a renegade sheriff who was really, really bad at walking. Cover to cover and learn how to walk really stupidly. Stupid walk is bad at the options menu. You actually need to drop the book and then ruin it by stepping on it 30 times while you're trying to pick it up. You already solved it, and if you mess it up, it will be messed up forever. Okay. Coolt. Vad är det här? Köttbitar? Man kan gömma menyn med. New. Oh, options. Stupid walk. Vågar vi slå på stupid walk? Det är på. Oj, oj, oj. Okej. Stupid walk it is. Vad fanns det mer? Allows your game to level up your skills for you. Okay. Tells a ground level indicator. Combat grid låter bra. Nerd mode. Ja tack. Vill gärna ha en logg. Best font mode. Please don't do this. No, let's not do that. Remember your inventory filtering, sorting options. Okay, whatever. You never know. Colorblind mode. I svartvit. Okay. Jag vill nog sätta ut min XP själv, tror jag. Your mom smiles warmly as you approach. I'm leaving now, Mom. We're gonna miss you, kiddo. On before you leave, I got you a present. Yep, it's the book you wanted for Crimbo. I know it's early, but what about picking logs? Desert survival. Bartering. Picking logs. You got a mind on logs and how to pick them. Be careful out there. Ride as a leather when you can. I will. Kan vi lära oss någonting kanske? Gives you the lockpicking expertise skill. Okay. Fick vi lockpicking skill. Så att du sorterar Steam-biblioteket. Plötsligt så att ett spel hävdar att jag har skrivit hemska taggar. Typ saker som är helt motsatt vad jag står politiskt. Fattar ingenting. Okej. Okay. Konstigt. Ja, det låter ju inte bra. After you're done reading it, donate it to local orphanage. Soon the orphans will be able to make their escape. Okej, vad ser jag mina skills då? Stomach. How many food items you can eat before you need a nap. Also, you can't take naps. You can only go to sleep for an entire night. Liver determines how many alcoholic drinks you can handle before you have to sleep off. Spleen determines how many potions you can use in a day. Speed first in combat. Equal speed coin flip. Moxie, how much damage your pistol attacks do. What's anything when you get shot? If a ranged attack against a goblin would normally do 3, but your moxie is 1 higher than the goblins, the attack will do 4. Okay. That's for mystical attacks. Okej, whatever. Det lär vi oss nog senare. Så jag gick in i min tagghistorik och det stod där också. Man kan inte förstå hur det skulle hamnat där. Så stressade över kapat konto och risk att bli bannad och så vidare. Men vad fan? Det låter ju jättekonstigt. Your father morosely jabs at the haystack. Time for me to leave, Dad. Brass knuckles. I want you to have this. It's your grandmother's brass knuckles. Okej, men vad... Du kan inte bara ta bort dem då, eller? Det kanske inte bara går att ta bort dem. Hört av dig till supporten. Thanks, Dan. Good luck out there. Be sure to say goodbye to your mom. Okay, fick vi brass knuckles. These were your grandmother's brass knuckles. Your grandmother was a force to be reckoned with. Oh, your gear, your stuff. You. Okej. Kapade kameror. Hoppas jag inte att det har varit. Man kanske skulle kolla det jag med då. Your brother Rufus is standing looking nervous. Pretty good at looking nervous. Give him his puzzle bag. He starts fidgeting with it. Hey Rufus, time for me to head west. I still don't understand why you're leaving. You got a point, you know? Why are you leaving? West, anyway. And help people of fortune or get off this stupid farm. I read the paper, Rufus. The people out west are in trouble. They all need the help they can get. But it's so dangerous. 60% of the people who go to the west get killed within a year. And that's the statistic from before the cows came home. I'll be okay. You worry about taking care of Mom and Dad. I'll worry about me. Okay, if you say so. I still think you'll be dead by Crimbo. I'll miss you, Rufus. Punch on the arm. Go west, young man. Yes. Hitching a ride across the Great Plains. Skip the opening credits. Hey, tack. Zach Johnson. Cinematographer. Och jag rapporterade som offensiv och syns inte i tagglistan. Bara på spelets startsida så jag bad specifikt att få slippa se dem på spelets storepage. Okej. Men vad fan, ja. Okej, de har dykt upp sådär bara då. Key grip. Boom operator. Är någon sorts film det här eller? 200 miles later. Ja, då får vi hoppas supporten kan ta bort dem. Dirt water, 300 miles. Well, the bad news is that you fell off the cart and got knocked out for a couple of hours. And now you got no ride, no meat, and no prospects. The good news is that you're in a town rather than in a gulch somewhere. Not much of a town though. Kan man trycka på ettan? Ja, smidigt. Get turnip. Dusty turnip. Jag har aldrig hänt något annat på kontot vad jag vet. Och vet inte när de här taggarna har skrivits. Det finns inga datum. Hey buddy, where's the bar? Okej, ja det är jättekonstigt. Det finns en massa mystiker som också by one for the rest of the day. BS horsery, okay, that's bullshit. Gone drinking. Jeez. 300 miles too far to go on foot. You need a horse. Nej, det där verkar jätteskumt. Jag hoppas det blir ordning på den. Au. Jerk. Och vi skridskor. Sheriff. Trade. Step right up. Braid's the name and trade's the game. Seriously doubt that his name is Braid. Howdy, Braid. What are you trading? Well, sir, today I'm trading locks for soap and a stick of dynamite for a needle. And to the cunning Skinner who brings me 3 rattlesnake hides, well, to that adventurous soul I will trade a fine silver pocket watch. Okej, väldigt specifika, udda saker. Har du spelat det här spelet innan då? Där var det stängt. Bra, här inne finns det pubbar där. As you walk into the saloon, the crazy-eyed guy sitting on the left of the door shrieks and waves to get your attention. Hey, where's your hat, dagnabbit? Well, you can't drink in here without a hat. That ain't proper. He points to the take a hat, leave a hat box next to the door. You look through the hat box and find a sturdy-looking Stetson. That looks like something you'd wear. 4-gallon hat. You grab the hat and put him on. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete. Use your friendly, somewhat twitchy nod. Say, fella. You heading west? If you want some company, I'll be more than happy to come along. Just let me know. Well, no pressure. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Plus 1 i muskler. Okay. So these were playing poker, or at least trying to. I keep looking back and forth from your hands to the how to play poker card that came with the deck, biting the lips, concentrating real hard. Good luck, you two. Spittoon, people spit into it. You know without even looking in it that it's absolutely disgusting. Look in it. Yep, full of spit, regular spit, gross tobacco spit, chewing gum, and it even looks like a few teeth as well. It's disgusting, and the smell, even from a distance. It smells horrible. Look closer. You're now on your hands and knees, peering into a filth-encrusted spittoon. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Wait, is there something shining at the bottom? Get it! You reach your hand towards the spittoon. Even before you touch it, you can feel the grossness in the air. Like a greasy fog enveloping the stinking brass horror. It smells like a vomit through a mesquite barbecue eating contest. You hesitate. Never surrender. You plunge your hand into the awful soup. It makes a sound like gloop. Your skin is burning. Your eyes start to water. Your fingers make contact with something. You pull your hand out of the devil's tureen slowly, not daring to risk splashing the contents all over yourself. You appear to have gotten some kind of ring. Probably some kind of disease as well. Congratulations. Nasty ring. Okay. Though getting the ring was traumatic, you have to admit that it was worth it. Plus 1 i allt, typ. Nice. Vilken dans. Det var ju Pete, ja. What do you say, Pete? Who, me? Well, heck, I say all kinds of things. For instance, horse feathers. There's a centipede in my rattle patch. Pete takes a swig of his whiskey. You walk up to the bar and wait patiently for the bartender to notice you. While you are waiting, you see a sign taped to the back wall reading, "Rewards for lost mugs, 25 meat each." Bartender finally notices you. Howdy, cowboy. Howdy, barkeep. Name's Björn. That brings you to our little backwater. All usual, I came out west to make my fortune. Not having much luck so far, though. Any work around these parts? Unfortunately, Boring Springs already has more people in it than jobs. It's more of an errand town, if you catch my meaning. If you're looking for a real job, I recommend talking to the railroad people up by Dirtwater. Ask about Dirtwater. It's interesting. It's far enough west that it's still more or less exempt from the rules of law, but not so far west that it's been burned to the ground by the cows. Lots of opportunities there. Yep, if I were a younger woman, I'd probably head that way myself. Railroad. The Manifest or Destiny Railroad Company from back east. They're trying to run a little Frisco and having a heck of a time doing so. And they're hiring? Oh, I reckon they're always hiring for one thing or another. Big company then. You mentioned errands. Yes, this forsaken burg was always falling apart in one way or another. The hostler is always needing help since he hurt his leg, and that no-account sheriff could certainly stand to have somebody doing his job for him. I got a goblin loose in the basement, some cowpoke from the golf tin and wiped his boots off and got spores everywhere. I can probably handle a goblin. Much obliged. I'll unlock the basement door for you. Oh, and you'll need this. Weak fungicide. Swamp spray. Effective against goblins. The liquid in this can is actually very powerful. It's just that it's tailored to kill weak fungi. The item is used in combat. Okay. Howdy, I'm Björn. I'm Horace. Nice to meet you. I'm the town hostler. I don't know what that is. I'm the town horse selling guy. Gotcha. Others are just flying out the door, so business is booming. Nice. No, I mean the horses keep running away. I haven't sold one in ages. Is that why you're here drinking instead? Yup. And me being in here drinking instead of washing the horses is probably how they keep escaping. It's one of those vicious circle thing. Well, I'm in need of a horse. Haven't a left. One. Kind of a boring one, but it's got 4 legs and a back to sit on. Come see me at the stable. I'll show it to you. The woman glares at you. You should probably just let her drink. I should probably leave him alone. Ooh. Boring Spring Saloon basement. Pile of old newspapers. Boring Springs Gazette, April 20, 1895. Cover of Boring Springs newspaper from about 6 weeks ago. Okay. Create a Nurse brand whiskey. Good for ya. What ails ya? Guess never established your age. Good thing the legal drinking in here is can reach the top of the bar. And också någon potion typ kanske. This whiskey is too cheap for you to even consider drinking. Given your legendarily low standards, that's really saying something. Okay. The goblin shouts, Briark! Attack the goblin. Okay, you have 1 action point. You will deal 7 to 8 damage to this target. Fight, fight, fight! Doing! Round 1. Okej, vi går över och attackerar. Okej. Men vi hade ju en sån här potion här. Items. Spray. Let's spray him. Wow, okay. The goblin's fungal flesh disintegrates and it suffers 25 damage. Nice. Having dispatched a goblin, you pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Good to see you again. I took care of that goblin. Thank you kindly, Bjorn. We knew it was a stand-up fella the moment you walked in here. Reaches in the bar and grabs a bag of meat. Here you go. The last I can do. By the way, I have 200 meat. Okay. Who's the lady drinking whiskey out of a beer mug? That's Susie. She's a rancher from nearby. A real tough broad. I'd recommend you pester her. Why? Lost her whole family to a cow attack recently. Got some pent-up frustration about it. Skulle jag nog sagt, howdy Susie. Howdy cowboy who's gonna be searching the spittoon for his teeth if he doesn't leave me in peace. Okay. Sheriffen. Sheriff office. Welcome to Boring Springs. I'm the sheriff of this part. What? The sheriff, okay? Blasted sign painters. Would you happen to be looking for work, would ya? Depends on the work. How's this grab you? There's a gang of hoodlums around here that we call themselves Fricker Gang. Last time I arrested one of them, they busted him out and took my cell door with them. It ain't, well, it ain't much good without the door. And I need somebody tough, smart, and or slick to go fetch it back for me. Okay, sure. Funny you should say that, because I'm sending the deputy along with you to keep you out of trouble. You got deputy pistol. Deputize the gun? You're new in town, maybe you ain't noticed, but there ain't much here to do here except drink. Here, let me write down where the Fricker Gang hideout is for you. Discovered a new map location. I'll be back with the door. Wow. Wanted for bird theft. Naked Mike Bernstein. Poster artist. Apply in person at the Human Marshal office. Brimmy Fricker. Face Steven. Okay, take that. Closed. Get lost. Whoa, that face the cactus. You're a weird cactus man hybrid. He smiles at you. How do yourself? Name's Bill. Cactus Bill. Well, to be honest, partner, I drank too many cactus beer and it turned me into a cactus. Doc Alice warned me this would happen, but I didn't listen. Nope, that's just a coincidence. Oh, does it hurt? Does what hurt? You know, Being a cactus? Oh, that's actually kind of nice. The natural fermentation process inside the cactus part of me keeps me pretty drunk most of the time. I guess it's a mite boring. It wouldn't be so bad if I had something to read. You won't happen to have a newspaper or anything, do I? Well, much obliged, partner. Let's see here. What can I do to return your favor? Oh, I know, my shovel! I left it behind the outhouse of Orhole Mine. It's yours if you can go and get it. I'm sure to find a use for it. Okej, vi har en spade, då hämtar vi gruvan här. Behind the outhouse at Orhole Mine. Got it. Thanks, Bill. You just kind of stick the newspaper to my face before you leave. Yeah, some loose dirt. Nope, you're not allowed in Topeka anymore, remember? Yuck. Ow. Okay, stallet. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? How's business? You know, every day I'm hustling. Tell you the truth, though, it's pretty terrible. All of my horses keep running away, except for this completely ordinary one. Oh God, yes, thank you. Please, I'd go fetch them myself, except for his injury. I'll give you 300 each for finding them. How many are there? 3. Let me see your map. They pretty much always run away the same places. The mine, the boneyard, 1,000 Snakes Gulch. I think they like the environments that are thematically appropriate. Here, you'll find one. Feed it to one of these oats. That you send it back here. Bag of homing oats. How does that work? They're special pigeon-infused oats. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. We'll send the hostler's horses back. Come on, finns det verkligen inte någon save-funktion. Då ska vi se, kartan. Kan vi gå till gruvan? Kan vi? Det finns en spade här. Titta bakom. I wasn't kidding. It would be much funner to kid about, I guess. Shovel. Provide the options to dig in certain places. Is this a meat or in this cart? 50 meat. Måste vara typ pengar i det här spelet. Definitely does not bear closer scrutiny. It's a dirty mug here. Recovered mug. Property of Boring Spring Saloon. Return. Just det. Okay. In i gruvan då. His instructions for the cargo elevator. Cargo elevator control. Poster on the wall behind reads. Level 1, blasting caps. 2, plungers. Both kinds. 3, tools. Leave it alone for now. Dig through it. Unrefined meat nuggets. Whoa. Låter vidrigt. Check are mostly worse as rock shot through with veins of gristle and flesh and, well, veins. Just sell it. Cash. This is dangerous. At least there's no plunger hooked up to it. Level 1. It's a cargo elevator. These crates are all labeled blasting caps. Period is part of the label. That's why it's inside quotes like that. Dang, it looks like you're gonna need a crowbar to pry the crates open. Ja, tror jag det var 2 då, höll jag på att säga. Level 2. Plungers! Nice. Plungers. The sign lied though, there's only one kind. Take one. Coolt. Sometimes the only solution to a clogged pipe is to blow up the entire building. Ja. Kanske. Pick the lock. Requires a needle. Okay. Ja, vad är hästeländet då? Hook the plunger up to it. Fighting against your instincts for self-preservation, you hooked up a plunger and struck it a fair distance away. Just press the plunger. Nothing happens. You got to hook up a blasting cap. Nice. Kan vi plocka upp en sån nu då kanske? behöver... Ja, vi får prova ett annat ställe då. Jag kan gå och lämna tillbaka muggen och se vad som händer. I found this mug. 25 meat. Coolt. Nästa ställe blir Snake Gulch. Jag vet inte vilken ordning man ska ta dem, men en ord. Ja, det är cool. Coolie. One of these rocks is really shiny. Shiny rock. Shiny. It's about the size of a rock. These snakes look sleepy, but not that sleepy. Attack it. Sleepy rattlesnake, 10 hit points. Attack. Press any key. 8 skana. Slain a snake. Before long they call you Snake Murdering Björn. Another snake? Well, I guess it's not called one Snake Gulch. I have 2 action points. 1 poison. This will not end your turn. Get beefy. Länge med poison då? Har jag något emot det här? You make short work of that, long snake. Vilka XP har jag då? Unspent XP 15. Glamour is your appreciation of the finer things in life. As it increases, you'll be able to consume more cocktails and you'll be able to afford them. 10% of meat gains, 1 liver. Speed, AP, spleen. Since which you are truly gritty, the higher, the tougher you'll be. Well, I like that. This is 20 hit points. Den vill jag ha. Moxie. Just det. Muscle. Meat gains är ju nice, då får man alltså mer pengar. You're sure? This snake looks really angry. You're gonna need every trick in the book to beat this one. I'm good at tricks. Okay. Get beefy. Shoot. Nej, slå. Okej, tror vi vinner. Hur kan man hoppa ju så här coolt? New XP. Nice work. If the cowboy thing doesn't work out, you could always get a job as snake exterminator. That the horse has gone snake crazy. Maybe it was some other kind of crazy before. Hey boy, have fun, friend, okay? Cool, right? Cool. Don't freak out on me. Calmly look the horse in the eyes. One of them is fixed in a glassy 1,000-yard stare, and the other is revolving madly in its socket like he's thinking of trying to escape in every direction simultaneously. He looks to be calming down a little now that it's clear you aren't actually made of spiders, though. You carefully and gently pat the horse's nose. He twitches a bit, okay, a lot, but seems to recognize that you aren't going to eat his eyes or suck his soul or whatever madness is bouncing around in that skull of his. That's a good boy. Hungry boy, got a little treat for ya. You feed the crazy horse some of the homing oats and it gallops away with a whinny. Or rather, well, hopefully he's headed home. Not into the 12th dimension. Crap. Then just walk away over back here. Hit M to open the map area. Okay. Nice. Kolla där kyrkogården med då. Vad händer om man väljer en sån här då? Aha, det blir bättre. Spara ihop lite till first aid kanske. RIP. Our founder, Zephaniah Boring, 1806 to 1885. He was actually a really interesting guy. Grab the mug. Benjamin Crockett, 1320. He showed up way too early. Dig up the grave? Okay. Det är en bra idé. Okej, han har 20 hitpoints. Press any key. Captain Skeleton. You put a stop to Captain Skeleton's unnatural animation. Old Cavalry Saber. Gold Tooth. 12 XP. God dang. 5-6 i skada. Och den här gjorde 4-5. Var den bättre? Det här är en stor kniv alltså. That's a giant skeleton. You're not getting past it without a scuffle. A scuffle it is. Beef up. Tillbaks. Du kan se något här vid datorn. Det är lugnt, Spyware. Hoppas du får ordning på allting. Ät knivskelett. You hit. Tack, varsågod. Agitated skeleton is defeated. 3 XP. Okay. I just wouldn't stay put. Hästen. Timothy Corraine. Devoted husband. Beloved daughter. A baby. Okay. Jag hade försökt namnet till 4 gånger igår, men insåg att jag inte hade råd. Nej, jag hörde det så jag tänkte kan vara snäll och köpa något där. Spooky translucent horse. This is a little strange how you did that without opening your mouth. She just sort of stares right through you. You pet the horse's nose, which is very cold. If you were going to ride her, you would want extra saddle blanket to keep your butt from freezing. Yep, still cold. What's the matter? Not spooky enough. I'm not sure how to make oats spooky. I guess I could put some bone meal on them, but I don't have anything handy to grind up bones with. Grave dirt? Is that a yes? Weird. Okay, add some grave dirt to the oats. Så kan du njuta av Cat Quest 2. Det pratades om spelet i en annan stream senare på kvällen, så det var frustrerande att inte kunna skaffa det. Men då så. Då löste jag dina problem. And with that, she glides away into the direction of town. Bizarre. Indeed. Då var vi färdiga här med, va? Tillbaka till stan. Jag hittade en mugg. Found his mug. Just det var det här gänget också. Jag frågade innan om du har spelat West of Loathing förut. Han sover. It's a beer barrel cactus. Requires foraging. Pile of random stuff. Finders keepers. Covered mug, pair of silver cufflinks. Okay. If you wore fancy shirts, you might have some use for these. Okay. And Squirk. Thud Fricker, the Fricker gang's intrepid lookout, appears to be taking a nap. Just shoot him. Doesn't seem very Sportsmanlike? Sure you wanna do that? Yes. Really, you're just gonna gun down a hapless sleeping man in cold blood. Okay, fine, whatever. Då ska vi se, in i grottan. The Fricker Gang's hideout. Inside. Nej. One of the Fricker boys is dozing in a bathtub. Shoot him, tie him up. Tie him up. Honorable perk. Grab a nearby length of rope and carefully ties his hand together and then to handle of the tub. The sheriff can come and collect him later. Perks. Honorable. Strong morale compass and an accurate ethical protractor. Okay. You cautiously approach the Fricker Gang. They're pretty engrossed in the poker game, so it doesn't actually require that much caution. You hide behind a barrel and eavesdrop on the conversation for a while. The one with the eye patch is quiet. You gather that his name is Snipe, and that the squirrely one is his brother Wimpy. What you play here? Approach them and talk. How do boys deal me in? Who are you? How do you get past Thud and Soapy? What do you want? I'm here for the sheriff's door. I'll show you the door. The door to hell. Okay then, fight it is. Och Revenue som hoppade in och hypade Cat Quest 2. Han gjorde ju speedruns i ettan tills de patchade ett vapen. De tog ner skadan. Och gjorde så att det blev tok mycket svårare. Ja, jag vet det släpptes. Okej. Snipe Fricker. Kan vi inte bara skjuta honom då? Jo, kunde vi. Wimpy fires his gun in a random direction, hitting nothing. Smidigt. Nej, jag har inte spelat West. Det dyker däremot upp precis överallt. Okej. Här med. 11 skada. Nice. Victory. 10 XP. The leaders of the Fricker Gang are dead by your hand. The sheriff will be proud of you, though you're not sure how your mother would feel. Time to recover the door. Take it. Ooh, 50 kött. It's the sheriff's door. Jag har hittat fängelsedörr. There's a mug on the table. Grab it. Ja, än så länge är det faktiskt ganska roligt, så att... Nu frågar jag, vad ska man göra med den här killen? Ingenting. Wake him up. Poke Thud with your boot. He slowly gets to his feet. Hey, there's no supposed to be here. That is, well, let's say he's no Rhodes Scholar if we assume that it's 7 years from now and that idiom makes sense. You feel bad about the idea of killing him. Just walk away, Thud. Okay, you're probably right. He stumbles off into the desert. He'll probably be fine. Spyro ska förbi datorn. Varför går han på händerna? Nej, nu rullar han. Och nu glider han. Och vad sjuttar det där för gångstig? The silly walks options enabled. Just det. Du vill tillbaka till sheriffen här. Jag tycker det ser så roligt ut. Found these mugs. Silly walks, ja. Monty Pythons. Väldigt bra grej de gjorde. See, the Fricker Gang hasn't put a stop to your breathing. Did you rescue my cell door? Nice work, stranger. This here prison cell just got about 4 times more secure. Are there any Fricker boys left for me to round up? Yeah, one or two that's asleep on the job. I'll go round them shortly then. Looks like I owe you a reward. 400 meat. Jag ska gå och köpa schnitzlar lime. Fy fan vad gott. Köp inte mig med. Go on a Got another little task for you, if you got time. Should be a little simpler than the last one. What you need? Well, the frickers bust the lock when they took the door. Gonna need a new lock. Locks for soap and a needle. Rattlesnake skins. Okay. Var har vi inte varit nu då? Prata med hästkillen kanske? Looks like my pale horse made it back safe. Thank you for your help. Thanks for finding my crazy horse. He was eating local weed again, wasn't he? Afternoon, sir. Said something about an injury? Yeah, I busted my knee while mucking out in the showroom. Don't ask, it's embarrassing. I'm just gonna get Doc Alice to have a look at it, but she gave up doctoring. Why? Nobody knows. She just shut herself up in the office. Said she wouldn't talk to anyone except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse or... I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic. Vi har Whiskey. Kanske hon vill prata med oss. Offer whiskey. Whiskey delivery for your dog? What brand? Nurse, your favorite. Didn't know she makes house calls. Alright, hold on. Hear a rattle as she unlocks the door. Oh shit. Gud, ta TNT-tunnor vid den öppna spisen. Alice looks to be about in her 50s. Hair is graying, face lined, but her eyes are still clear and sharp if bloodshot. She holds out her hand. Whiskey, stat. She cracks open the whiskey and fills a small flask she takes out of her pocket. Then she puts the flask back in her pocket and starts chugging out of the bottle. Geez, dog, doesn't seem healthy. Who's the doctor here, me or you? Check out the books. Life and Works of Fred Ferguson, The Goblinoid Tongues. Start flipping through the Goblin language book. It's confusing at first, but you eventually get so engrossed that by the time you take a break from reading, several blurfs have passed, and you also know that blurf is the Goblin word for hour. You'll learn to speak Goblin, sort of. Goblin tongue. At least enough to order a beer. Legendary treasure, a massive chest full of premium meat, secreted in the hidden sense, not in the extruded sense, in the western desert by an old cowhand named Curly Butterfield. Brooks purports to be a Civil War surgeon's autobiography, but flipping through it you mostly find it lists a reason that drinking alcohol is bad, so it's actually a work of ludicrous speculative fiction. At least there are some useful appendices in the back and some diagram of appendices. The stove is spotless. Either she's really compulsive or she never cooks. Shouldn't this be further away from the fireplace? It's depending on how fast I can get this whiskey into my bloodstream compared to how fast my liver's filter is out, and I can't talk and drink at the same time, so what's the matter, Doc? What's the matter? The whole world's gone to hell in a horse cart, and you ask what's the matter? Bandits, cow demons, dead men walking. Why don't you go ahead and pick one, and I'll drink to that. You haven't seen it? Corpses and skeletons staggering around like puppets with half strings out, looking to take a bite out of the living. There was a skeleton in the cemetery. It's nice to get some outside confirmation that I'm not losing my damn mind. It isn't possible. It goes against everything I know about medicine. Dead patients don't get back up. Jag hade fått svar av Steam support för en timme sedan och det enda de gjorde var att be om en screenshot. Vad ska de, kan de inte se det själva? De måste ju... Ja, det kanske inte kan, jag vet inte. Support. Every doctor loses one now and again. You never get used to it, but well, it happens. But what doesn't happen is them coming back looking for revenge. That must be pretty rough. Rough? Buddy, I don't think you comprehend the situation. It's not just patients, it's neighbors, friends, husbands. Oh, indeed. Turns away from you and focuses attention back on the bottle. This vanity doesn't look like it sees much use. Okay. Plocka ögonbryn och få ett XP. Have an idea? Well, I heard a rumor. It's when you get incomplete information from an unverified source. Anyway, what I heard is that there's a fella out west that's causing a necromancer, they call him. Supposedly he's sending magic out into the world somehow. I never heard of any bean slingers raising the dead, have you? That'd be one hell of a can of beans. What's the deal with all the TNT? It's so when I feel like I'm about to go, I can blow myself into bits so there won't be nothing left to come back. Seems drastic. Drastic, hell. No way am I taking the risk of becoming one of those things. Okay. Nu ska vi se här. Här var ju ingenting kvar, va? Gruvan. Behöver man ju något sorts verktyg. Det har jag inte, va? Shovel. Nu ska vi se, nu tänkte jag kolla någonting så glömde jag bort vad jag skulle kolla. Ja. Rubber-dub-dub. Nej. Tillbaka till gruvan då. Vi ser om vi hittar grab one crowbar tools. Då behöver man en nål för att öppna. Jag går tillbaka och pratar. Sen med någon chunk of wood from the broken board. Damage 3-4. Are you Susie Cochrane? How'd you know my last name? Saw the graves. Saw it happen. Saw the whole damn thing. You couldn't do nothing about it. Cows, right? I don't know what those things are, but they ain't cows. Not anymore. It was a raid. See, Ma and Pa used to ranch cattle back before they came home. Pa didn't make it, but Ma and I managed to rebuild. We branched pigs instead, and she left me the place when she passed. I guess passing herd sniffed out that it used to be a cow ranch and they attacked. A couple of days ago. Happened so fast I didn't even have time to get my rifle out of the gun safe. Cow smashed in the front door, and a fire started out back by the root cellar. House went up in blazes. There wasn't anything I could do. Couldn't get upstairs to the kid because of the fire, and that's what Tim trampled right in front of me. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. Head west, I suppose. Nothing keeping me here and no desire to stay. I can't leave without my rifle, though. It was Moss' rifle, all I got left of anybody. Left it at the ranch like a damn fool. Listen, can I ask you a favor? I need someone to go and get it for me. Nice. Kanske vi hittar något där då som vi kan använda. Kan man ta upp en ny whisky? Nej. Cocaine Ranch. Est 1891. All the water in the surface boiled away, so his ranch house is burned to the ground. Cool. Outhouse is the only thing still standing. Okay, den här dörren då. Something behind his door is making some pretty awful noises. Go through it anyway. Cellar. Looks like somebody was in the middle of fixing a knife. Varmint skinning knife. All those look like skins from dead beasts after combat. Men man måste ha den equippad. Vi provar utan en gång. Pies, we're not safe. Whoa. This thing looks angry. You're not gonna make it to that safe without dealing with it. Deal with it. A pyrobow. Well, let's get beefy. Stab it in the face. Setting you on fire, okay. Inte coolt. Jaha, skill up muscle level 2. Satte på automatisk XP-grejen. Grab the rifle. It's an old rifle, but obviously been well cared for. 6 little notches carved on the stock. Okay. Den gångstilen, eh? Found a rifle yet. What's up with tears? Thanks, stranger. I didn't catch your name. I'm Björn. Thanks, Björn. Can't rightly say what this means to me. Well, that's enough wallowing on misery. Time for me to hit the road. If you want to tag along when you head west, you just say the word. Får man ett party kanske? Already have a hat. What would you do with 2? Prova spela med de här. Can I play? Look, as a meat, let's play. You put 20 men on the table and sit down before they can say no. One of them shuffles the cards sloppily and deals a new round. You get a pair of 10s, plus a 2, 3, and king. Bet aggressively. I look just nervously what they both call your bet. I'm read 'em and weep. Shoot a pair of 10 plus 2, 3, king. The guy on the left has a full house. The guy on the right, someone got a straight flush. Intimidating. You explain the jacks are worth 9 points each, giving the guy on the left a total of 21 points. To the guy on the right's 20 and your 25 plus a king. And the king means they have to either pay you in human teeth or an extra 10 meat each. Grasp and push more meat across the table at you. Collect your winnings and stand up. They thank you for helping them to learn the game. Aye. Is that a shiny rock? I'll give you a 7 meat for the rock. Just buy it for 73. Yes. Listen, kid, all this stuff what I've been buying from you, you've been spending time underground, ain't ya? Well, you listen to old Pete's advice. You'll stay out of ore hole if you know what's good for ya. The stuff down on the 40th level that ain't worth messing with for a fella who wants to keep his eyes. If you catch my meaning. Ja. Yeah. Okej. Ja, skill up Mysticality level 2. Grit level 3. Muscle level 3. Right. Kan jag få så mycket? Finns det några mer skit kvar då? Moxie level 2. Covered mug, okay. So he exists. Nobody's not to try and stop him. You? Because I know you ain't talking about me. Yeah, maybe not. Gray-haired old woman that knows so much. Herregud, vilken dag, snälla nån. Vad har hänt nu? Inga mer dåliga nyheter hoppas jag. Gray-haired old woman that knows as much about fighting as a squirrel knows surgery. You aren't that old. If I were gonna pick someone to go up against a necromancer, it'd be someone who already knows the death, but in the scientific way. Doctor, right? And it sounds to me like you got plenty of motivation to get the job done, for your friends and everyone. Beats doing nothing anyway. Beats locking yourself in a house full of TNT and drinking yourself to death. They aren't even doing any doctoring anymore. Do you expect me to ride out west by myself? Doesn't have to be by yourself. I'm heading west too. Tag along with me and maybe we can find the guy and put a stop to him. Crazy, impossible. Possible that raising the dead is impossible? Alright kid, what the hell, let's give it a shot. Okej, det var väl nästan alla vill följa med. Ja, man kan ju tycka att Steam Support ska se sånt själva, men man fick skicka en tydlig bild här. Ja. Vi skulle gå och handla, men det var extra pris på de här snittlorna så de var slut. Och medan ni försökte prata om ersättningsmål så dog din telefon. Ja, det var inte mycket som gick rätt där då. Du hade något jobb, ja. Han har ju ett lås, men då behövde jag någonting. Nej. Han sover. Vi kan lämna in muggen. I alla fall. Ja, ibland har man såna udda dagar. Ja, vad ska man då? Här finns ju ingenting. Kommer vi fram till någon ersättningsmat där? Foraging, det har vi inte. Nej. Sista hästen, ris. Kyckling, grönsaker, salta jordnötter senare idag. Nu fick vi skräp om grillad kyckling, curry wrap. Kycklingcurry är så jävla gott. De har såna baguetter på jobbet ibland med kycklingcurry röra i och de är så goda. Kan vi inte se sina quests någonstans? Nej. Kanske bara är dags att sticka då. Can you sell me a horse? Horses gets mighty attached to the riders. Once you bought one, you won't be able to change your mind. Okay. I want the spooky one. Good choice. Good horse if you like that sort of thing. I'll sell her for 1,000. What sort of thing? You know, spooky stuff. Spooky stuff. I want to go into particulars. Let's say she's a certain tone. I'll take her. Jag har köpt en häst. Hästarna var inte slut. Give her a name. Tina. Vad säger du, Spyware? Vad ska hästen heta? Har du någon bra idé? Står still. Okej. Nu kör vi på det. Fast Å kunde man inte ha, så det blev ett A. Det blev Star Still. Funkar ju. Are you sure when to name your horse Star Still? Yes. Got a nice ring to it. Free with every horse is a complimentary map. Coolt. This is a southwest map. This is ostensibly a map, though it's mostly blank. Looks like you have to fill in the bulk of it yourself. Men nu kan vi ta... Kan man ta med sig allihop verkligen? Let me know if you... Jag är redo att sticka. Varför? Eller de kanske följer med när man trycker på kartan då. Okay. Så. All still is an apparatus used to instill miscible or immiscible liquid mixtures. En hembränningsapparat alltså. Nu ser. Follow map to dirt water. Once you leave you won't be able to come back. Okay. Uh-oh. Vänta lite nu. Du behöver en tvål. Var finns det en tvål? Kollar vi runt i stallet. En höstack. Nål i höstacken. Nice, då kan vi låsa upp kistan i gruvan. Nu lossnar det lite här. Tools. Har vi level 40 också. Undrar hur ofta det här spelet sparar. Det finns ingen save. Pick the lock. You managed to unlock the toolbox, but the needle is ruined in the process. Ja, vi fick en kofot. Då kan vi öppna låda 1. Grab one blasting camp. Kan vi sätta den här borta? And a blasting camp. Okay, succeeded in putting yourself in grave danger. Press the plunger. Kaboom. Side tunnel. Dig through it. Fountain meat. Silver nugget. See the dark horse. Barely. The horse shies away from you. Though in this case it's more like cripplingly introverts away from you. Come on, don't be like that. Look, I brought some oats for you. They aren't poison or anything. In retrospect, I guess that wasn't a very comforting thing to say. As you reach out to pat her nose, the horse ducks and steps further back. Rosemary from around makes a surprisingly good attempt at hiding in her own shadow. Eat the oats yourself? Look, they're fine, you see? Take a handful from the bag and toss some in your mouth. Ugh, it's like the roughest, blandest breakfast cereal you've ever eaten. Still, it's better than dry cat food. Don't ask. Smile to show the horse that you're fine and realize that you unconsciously turned around and walked out the door. Jeez, this is powerful. Horse looks at you warily as you re-enter with a cheerful wave. See? Perfectly fine. Horse hunches his shoulders and seems to shrink slightly. Doesn't flee, so that's something. Horse finally seems relaxed enough around you, so you offer her a handful of the oats. Warily, begrudgingly, she eats them. And she gestures at something behind you. You turn around to look, but you don't see anything. When you turn back, she's gone. Poof. Ooh, what is this crack? You bend down and shine a lantern into the crack in the rock. You can just barely make out a square shape down in there. Well, out of arm's reach. Looks like somebody dropped a small metal box into the hole, though you don't know if that was to hide it or discard it. Ooh, you have dynamite. If you're truly desperate to find out what's in there, you could try reasoning with the rock. Your primary argument would be a bundle of dynamite that you could persuade the hole to widen enough to grab the box. Surprisingly good attempt to hide in our own shadows. Nu ser vi hade ju... So do you remember that weird thing Pete said about level 40? Is that a real thing? Let's try it. Vad är det värsta som kan hända liksom? It's a strange black chest. A wave of nausea hits you as you slide the heavy lid off the chest. Inside there is a hat. It looks evil. And not in an abstract way. It has eyes. And they look like the eyes of a murderer. And it has teeth. Which looks like the teeth of an animal who would be a murderer if animals understood the concept of murder. Put it on! I have a sense of foreboding. Something tells you this is a bad idea. It's me. I'm telling you this is a bad idea. If you put this hat on, you won't ever be able to take it off, and things will be much harder for you. It will be as though your life is a game, and that game's difficulty level is greatly increased. Okay? Inte första genomspelningen kanske. Vilken hatt alltså. Nu ska vi se. On a second thought. Går han som en hund igen? Silly walks. I'll take some dynamite for this needle. Okay, nu har vi en dynamite. Eller är det... Speak softly and carry a loud stick. This item is used in combat. Okay. Tillbaka till gruvan och prova. Det stod att man behövde 3. Ja, okej. Vad hade vi mer? Hade vi fått något mer? Silver nugget. Pete kanske vill köpa honom också. Kolla. Oj, kan ju ta belöningen för den sista hästen. Sure thing. There's a little extra for you. Browsing, thanks. Oh, good. Give 81 meat for it. Okay. Ingen nytta, nej. att det var en mugg. Den har jag inte sett innan. New. Ja, det måste vara muggen här. Det finns något meditativt med att sortera sitt Steam-bibliotek. Ja. Jag finner det väldigt avslappnande att sitta och sortera Magic-kort, så jag tror jag vet vad du menar. Kul att uppdatera sig lite om vad som finns där, ja. Soap. Undrar vart det finns en tvål. Nej, det var kartan jag skulle ha. Men sluta trycka på fel grejer eller? Okej. Ja, vi sticker vidare då. Vi kan inte hålla på här hela dagen. I don't have enough meat left to bother with. Looks like they're playing for spiders now. Du har inget att säga. Kolla källaren här då. Har du hittat något roligt spel som du glömt bort att du hade det? Du har inga trades, va? Nej. So Dickerin. Nej, men vi sticker vidare. Fel knapp för hänga och skull. Yes. Alrighty then, you're properly horsed and ready to start your new life in the West. All you need is a partner. Someone to share a trail with, someone you can rely on for emotional and combat support. Ooh. Jag tror vi tar doktorn. Coolast karaktär hittills. Knock on Alice's door and tell her it's time to go. Oh, one last thing before we go. Up until this point, I've been automatically spending your experience for you. I'm happy to keep doing it, and I promise to give you a nice, rounded experience. So, shall I keep it up, or would you prefer to decide for yourself? Fortsätt automatiskt, vad fan. Jag hade hört någonstans att det här spelet ska vara toksvårt, så... You consult the Southwest map the hustler gave you. It's only lists two things: Dirtwater and Manifest Destiny Railroad Company's westernmost camp. Okay, head for Dirtwater. Ja, just det, det här kan vara kul att ta tag i snart. Room for rent. It's your partner. Well, I'm going to look into this necromancy business and figure out we start with the local cemeteries. Makes sense. Do you know where they are? Yeah, did some research in the territory cemeteries a while back to see if there was a pattern. Okay? Anyways, there's one not too far away from here. Am I forgetting about anything? The bartender. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Så de kan alltså ge tips på grejer. Det fanns wraps. Nice. These guys must have fallen asleep during a brawl. Oh, there, so it was nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to Jewel's Saloon. Glad to know you, Björn. Come with Lloyd. Saw the sign out front advertising a room. That's right, finest room in the house and plenty of room for your partner too. Interested? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker, and he paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by bandits. So the room is yours if you want it gratis. Great. That gal doesn't look like she's in the mood to talk. They're engrossed in conversation. This is spittoon, which is a sort of a brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor, because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty familiar with spittoons already, sicko. Look, the U.S. saloon is pretty nice as saloon goes. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, a poker room instead of a cockfighting pit. But this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. Here we go again. Alright, fine, you're now hunkered down next to a brass filled bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. So that's good, right? No, that's bad, because it's only the water part of spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and filth that doesn't evaporate, several years worth. Distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into the spittoon anymore because they bounce out. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup, except instead of maple it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah. Roll. Feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm Tapicoa pudding. Except instead of Tapicoa, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk waiting a week and then set it on fire. Feels like your hand is dissolving. Keep searching. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. As useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children, assuming you're still able to have any, and you hate them. Okay. Filthy porcelain cow. You have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with tobacco spit. You don't want to spill out in the little hole on the bottom. Huh. 3 plus melee attack damage. Coolt. Sicket äventyr. Oma stares off into the distance, listening to the piano. The piano player is not very good at his job. Spirited discussion about guns and which of theirs is nicer. The man points to the sign and counter slop, 5 meats, buy some slop. Get a plate of slop. Healing items? Nej, inte kartan. Där, tack. Increases your maximum hit points by 5 for the rest of the day. När slutar en dag då? Men så länge har vi inte sovit någon gång så. See bartender for darts. Whoa. How come they're allowed to drink without hats on? Stage. Hit it. Hit it again. Hit it again. Det kan inte hända något. Kitchen. I used to be busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. Canned ball and ingredients and boxes of slop helper. What's going on here? Employees only, bud. Sorry, just, looking around. So you're the nosy type, huh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter, and I need someone to go pick me up some more. Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay, we're gonna find it. The best bet is a military camp, because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. The nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in the little green jars. Okay. Chokladrikare femmare bor för 55 spänn. Det lät ju inte så dyrt. Poker room. Table is full. Rules of poker followed by hundreds of weird rules in tiny print. Read one. A flush beats a straight. A Utah flush beats a Montana straight. A flush beats a straight. Player caught cheating must draw a new hand of cards. Player spinning anywhere other than a spittoon must discard 10 cards. 4 fours and 2 two-eyed jacks counts as a reverse flush. 4 fours of spades beat 4 threes of diamonds but cancel out 4 sevens of clubs. Jag skulle nog aldrig kunna lära mig det här. A player caught cheating must immediately discard. Blah, blah. Okay, bra. There's an empty seat. Nej. Inte han i alla fall. Du hade ett jobb också, va? I'll have a shot of bourbon with that old man by the piano. That old Ellsbury, a tragic fellow, was a writer and a poet, came out west to sell his stories, but nobody's buying. Too weird stories, fantastical like. Too bad, I love this stuff. Well, it doesn't matter much now. He had to get normal work to make ends meet, did passing well as a prospector until one day he lost his mind in a mind. He what now? You know what I mean. He saw something that made him stop telling his weird tales, made him stop talking near completely. Come to that, he just stands there by the piano nowadays. It seems to calm him down, and as long as he doesn't make any trouble, I don't mind him too much. Feel a little sorry for him, to be honest. Well, if you're handy with the mechanical type stuff, something goes wrong with our piano player. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. Poked around in it myself, but I lost the key. Den här roboten spelar piano alltså. Try to fix him. You lift up the planner's coat to reveal the hatch on the back that leads to the innards. It's locked. Okej. Ja, jag gav bort nålen. Det var bättre att behålla den ju. Guest rooms. Your room at the Jewel Saloon. There's a postcard on the table. Blank postcard. It's your bed, okay. Look yourself in the mirror. You call yourself a 4-flushing green-footed jerk. You got an effect. Angry. You better not insult yourself anymore. You get any anger, you're liable to pass out. Okay. Spännande. The Daveyard. Ooh, okay. This is Alice's bed. The lay of the land, I guess a railroad crew will be able to give you a fairly little interpretation. Okay. Ut och forska färdigt på stan. You matter a hornet. If your anger level gets higher than 2, you'll pass out. Okej, men det gav mycket plus i stats. There's a weird ghostly character. Go to the Gun Manor DLC. And I får vänta lite med det. Hello there, welcome to Dirtwater Mercantile. Ready to learn a new cow punching skill. There's a blank postcard. Maybe you should write to your family back home. You send these by going to a building called Post Office and giving it to the correspondence wizard who works there. Sälja plankan och brass knuckles. For the rest of the day. Det här ska vi inte sälja. Gold tooth. Antar att man kan sälja den, men jag vet inte. Disposable binoculars. Discover a new map location. Huh, coolt. Plum pudding. For the rest of the day. Jag har redan en spade. Soda crackers for the rest of the day. Rest of the day. New cow punching skill. Där köper vi, tror jag. Det måste ju vara bra att läsa en ny skill. Säger vi. Advanced Cow Punching Volume 256. There's a chapter about adapting the stampeding behaviors of demonic cattle for human use. Gives Bull Stomp. Combat skill that does a small amount of damage to all enemies. Rubbing your skin with sandpaper in order to thicken it. A skill that increases your armor. They're nice. Chapter about situational awareness and its importance when trying to survive in a world full of demon cows. Increases maximum AP by 2. Det låter också bra. Action points. Men jag tror vi kör på den. Study the situational awareness until you can read them with the eyes in the back of your head. Then you shoot the book into pieces because you don't trust it or anything else anymore. The book had it coming. Okay. Post office. Sponsored by LT&T. Locked post office boxes. Hi Bjorn. I'm Bjorn, CTS. Any mail from me? Nope. I'd like to send a postcard. You write quickly the note to Rufus, letting him know that you've been up to and that you're okay. That'll be 0 meat then. Newfangled telegraph machines. Jail. Are you the sheriff? Oh, we don't currently have a sheriff. Offer to help. Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of justice. Wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. Take your leave. No, wait, you misread. It's a wasted poster. Wasted, the stripy hat gang. For grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000-meter reward. Dirty rotten paint thieves and low down, no fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Yes. Got it. It's a wanted poster. A wanted poster, if accuracy is important. House in the Desert gang. Mortgage, non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the house in the desert. Det finns alltså bara ett hus i öknen. You wonder if the house is named after them or if they are named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. You want to go after them? Yes. Okej, vi får ju massor med quests i alla fall. Empty cell, an empty cell, an empty cell. This empty cell is all ghostly. Lot available. Okay. Not a lot available past this point. Okay. Ja, men då så. Då ska vi se om vi ska göra en quest eller något där. Vi kan gå och prata med järnvägskillarna först. Investigating the smoke of a nearby campfire, you find a bandit snoozing coozily beneath a large and colorful quilt. Seems like a strange choice for camping gear, right? And then he wakes up and jumps to his feet, revealing that the large and colorful quilt is actually a large and colorfully quilted pair of pants. In stark contrast with his whimsical pants, he's undeniably hostile. Fight him.
Yeah.
Quilty Pants it's Bandit. Quilty Pants Bandit. Beef up. Shoot, good damage. Ah. Okay, do okay. Shoot.
Yeah.
Man får tillbaka hitpoints efter varje fight. Kommer inte ihåg hur det var innan. Skill up gumption, you got on thick quilted pants. You handily defeat the bandit and take all of his stuff, including his pants. But his underwear is elaborately quilted too, so don't feel bad about it. The Manifest Destiny Railroad Company. Tog vi på oss byxorna. 10 plus i hitpoints och 2 armor. Nice. Please shut up, eller vad står det? This guy should never be put in charge of a switch. Watch. Where did he get it? I bought it from this gal which runs the store down south of here. Name's Buttonwillow Mac something. Oh, you can't miss it. It's right in between a cactus and a different cactus. Tack. Don't mention it. Much track laid, but she's an expert whistler. First a beleaguered looking man with tiny glasses. If I'm being charitable, I'd say the fella over there in the white hat is the foreman. And if you're not, then I'd say that paper-backed idiot over there in the absurd white hat is the fella you're looking for. Så ledsen ut. Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. You want to know something? I love trains. Ever since I was a little boy, huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts. They were magical to me, like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? Organizing. Emily 9. Thank you for the follow. Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the ass you'll ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations, you're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Wow. Tror vi fick ett jobb precis. I guess I'm the boss now. It must be non-stick. Yep. Guess I'm the boss now. Well, now I suppose you can't be any worse than the last clown. Name's Smee, I'm your assistant. Sure didn't miss seeing this giant pile of rocks blocking our path. The surveys say there isn't any other suitable mountain pass, so we can't reroute around it even if we had the months it'd take. By my calculations, we could dynamite it to clear without too much trouble. Problem is, it takes a lot of dynamite. A whole year's worth, I'd figure. We'd used to keep that much on hand for emergencies just such as this one, but a pack of goblins stole it all. Sneaky little varmints. Gustavsson Gulch, okay. It's a rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and hone your fighting skills before you head that way, especially if you plan to go in guns blazing. We don't need that specific dynamite though, and you can lay your hands on me fine. Okay. Kan man gå in I tågvagnen? Nej, okej, då får vi leta upp en sidequest. Vi kan kolla affären kan vi. Out in the middle of the desert you find an abandoned minecart. It's sitting on a section of minecart track about 12 feet long, which starts nowhere in particular and ends even less of somewhere in particular. It's mostly full of plain old rocks, not even very interesting looking ones. However, if you're left without searching it thoroughly, you just end up driving yourself crazy later with the thought that you might have missed something valuable. And so you spend a good half of an hour inspecting rocks and eventually find one that might be worth something. Så kan man också fördriva en halvtimme. Buttonwillow McCricket Store. The woman behind the counter stares at you with a huge grin on her face. She gestures at the goods she has for sale. En till bok. Desert Eating and Drinking. 1500 spänn. Du är god eller? Needles, de kan vi köpa i alla fall. Och den skillboken är alltid bra. Is it a lubricant or lubricant? Both in a sense because it's a can of lubricant. Jesus Christ. This book contains everything you need to know to turn the harsh, unforgiving desert into your own personal buffet. Okay. A handful of nails. Lock. Okay. Kom ihåg att det finns en massa grejer här då, ifall vi behöver dem sen. Nu ska vi se. Boken. Read it. Complex pronunciation guide written by a linguist who was raised by cows. A skill that reduces muscle of all your opponents. Okay. So combat bull stomp there. There's an essay about how to do a particular kind of sit-up that makes your abs really thick. Perk which increase maximum hit points. Den vill jag ha. After you're done, you tear the book in half as a testament to your newfound strength. Damn right I do. Bra, det är 20 plus i maximum hit points. Don't mind if I do. Okej, kyrkogården. Det är så här random encounters hela tiden. Your heart skips a beat as you spy a floating cow skull in the middle distance. It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Approach. Get beefy. Alltså min kniv gör ju så mycket mer skada än pistolen. Jag önskar man kunde klicka på gubben för att anfalla istället för att hålla på och trycka här hela tiden. Men okej. I can't get it all. 0 damage, det var ju nice. Tough customer. You got an item, cow fangs. Brass bull ring. Years of being stuck in the nose of a cow have done nothing for the finish on this thing. Var det något av det man kunde ta på sig till? Come on. Sell value. So I guess if there's nothing in blue, you can just sell them. I'll eat that. Okay. Here lies Dave B. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. Dig up the grave just to check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots but no pants. Coolt. Aside from a light dusting of what looks like blue chalk, these boots are remarkably well preserved for having spent so much time in a grave. Mere action points. These remains look pretty restless. Put them down for good. Känns ju som en vettig sak att göra, ja? Inte alls konstigt. Måste kolla om snubben är byxlös. Jopp. Victory. Muscle level 4. Gold tooth. Ally surveys the scene and jots some notes down in her notebook. Hooray! Dave C. went down in the theater. Here lies Dave's G. Rapapapow. The remains... Ja, det var samma. Wow, han har en bräda. Vem tror han att han är? Kan inte använda dynamiten heller, för den behöver vi till questen. Skit! Mer guldtänder. Here lies Dave L. Died of a heart attack. See you in 36 years. Looks like the gravedigger left his lunchbox. Free lunch! Vienna blood sources. Thermos of spiked coffee. Okej. Kan spara dem tills vi ska till goblinerna då kanske. Stod att det skulle vara tufft. Dave G. He was looking to the sky to save him. But even the sky can't save a fella from like 40 angry bears. Makes sense. Got the jump on him. Smart looking skeleton. Verkar vara på ganska bra level eller så, för det är ju inte svårt. Ciao! Moxie level 3. Moxie faktiskt har damage deal when shooting. Okej, just det. Skeleton bone. You don't have a bone to pick, but you do have a bone. Coolt. Here lies Dave D. The truth was out there. It killed him. Dave G. Murdered by a different fella named Dave G. Was it just boring broken bones? You find a skull with a weird tag on it. You got an item. Skull with an odd tag on it. What the hell? This skull has a little paper tag tied to it, which has incrementary loan on one side and some notes on the other. The tag on the skull has a serial number, and it says it was borrowed from the submission catacombs on February 19th, 1886. Jeez, this thing is really late. The back of the tag has the catacombs address on it. Skulls, check them out. Okay, mer kartgrejer. The Daveyard Mausoleum. This is one of those things they have in mausoleums, you know? One of those big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. Open one. Open a whole bunch. Ska vi se. Utforska lite först kanske. Wow. Okay, det här ser inte bra ut. Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. This is a pile of mostly burned rags then. Maybe used to be a person? Whoa. I dig through the rags and find a few things that looks like they're worth keeping. Got a gore-splattered scroll. 2 covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you that you got all that practice reading inside of a dog. Wait, human ashes? This is a human in the final stage of that whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when in powder form. Some kind of receipt here. Road receipt. This receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. Oh. Det kan man ju lugnt säga. It's a big stone sarcophagus. Okay. Open one. The skeleton of Dave Wales. Progress towards next thing. Get a handful of loose teeth. Perhaps you could sell them to a dental student. Okej. Så det är bara olika sorters skelett då. Okej. Whoa. The evil eye for 2 spooky damage. Grit level 4. Gold tooth. Alice has become stronger. Men om man provar den andra då. Bigger fight. 3 skelett. Okej. Coolt. Vad var det som här? Om det är bra eller dåligt. 18, 23, 19. Den här dör ju fortast. Kan vi spela någon roll? Det verkar inte... Jag har inte hört något sånt där om att de står i typ bakre raden. Så... hon skadar ju alla. Nice. Whiff. Keep whiffing, bro. En grind spot kanske, eller vad? 30 XP, mysticality, skull chips. Okej. Får man ut något av det, tror jag. En till. Muscle up. Det måste ju vara bra att slåss här ju. Okej, en stor till, sen springer vi vidare. En till, sen springer vi vidare. Vi ser, vad är du? 21, 20, 21. Okej, då spelar det ingen större roll. Shoot! Man får fullt i liv och så efter varje fight också. Spooky damage. Vi slår på dig då, så kanske hon skjuter ihjäl båda sen. Ah, okej. Never mind. Glamour. Meat gains. Item finding bonus. Alice has become stronger. Det är jättebra där. Jag kan grinda lite off-stream sen kanske. Okej, var vi färdiga här nu då? Seg och hungrig. Jag är också hungrig. Fast jag har vindruvor. What are we gonna hunt down? What do you think we should do next? Okej. Desert House. Det är kul att lyssna på detta. Kolla här. They say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but when you see someone wearing dark cultist robes, it seems like a pretty safe bet that there is some sort of cultist. Another clue is the fact that he or she is trying to teach a skeleton how to tap dance. At least that's what it looks like from here. Fight. Vindruvor var något av det värsta jag visste när jag var liten. Avskydde vindruvor av alla slag. Okej. Nu är de okej. Jag har till och med köpt en klasen någon gång. Jag tycker de är jättesmidiga. Ta väl den första där. Necromantic Cultist. Jättesmidiga har. Man kan ta igen lite då och då. Det blir ingen klabb och klet. Och de smakar faktiskt ganska gott. Så kommer de i så här smidig plastlåda också. Plast är väl inte jättebra, men en smidig förpackning. You beat the heck out of that cultist. Fortunately for him, there's a handy supply of unbroken bones available. Unfortunately for him, you joined his bones manual or whatever this is. Speed. This black-covered book written in black ink on black paper is a primer in the arts of southwestern necromancy, otherwise known as Nexmex. Gives you the Grinning Skull skill. Okay. Den vill jag ha. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside say, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're going to have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? Yes, Sneaky is my middle name. Okay, if you say so. Yeah. Boken. Read it. Seems like it's probably pretty dangerous. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, it's your funeral. Whatever, Grandma. Cannot see the words on the pages, but you can nevertheless read them. Your mind becomes stained with grim secrets. You got a skill. As you turn over the last page, the book vanishes in a puff of black smoke. Okay. Grinning skull. Skulls are scary, and ghosts are scary. So you know what will be double scary? Yes, you do. Base damage 10, spooky. Vad är spooky? Är det någon speciell sorts damage? Okej, whatever. Vi får prova. Let's throw. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. From the sound of it, you'd say this doghouse contains an angry dog. This doghouse contains an angry dog. Very funny. You're not going to ever get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. Give the dog a bone. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, you achieve your aim. The dog begins contently gnawing on the human femur. Nice. Ska jag in i huset eller ska jag... Antagligen in i huset, ja. M. MacReady, stuck to his guns. Kanske inte så smart att gå förbi fönstret då. The hinges on the gates are really rusty. If you open it, the bandits inside are definitely going to hear it. Hur svårt kan det vara? Rufus Roughhouse, Coffee House, Art House. Kan han? Okej, jag bara börja hugga här då. Stab! Shoot! Well, never take us alive. I will also never pay for... Whatever. No, du din rap! Nice. Smaklig måltid. Gör de bra raps i den affären. Vi vann. Det var inte svårt. Jiha, skill up. First aid. Bag of ears and such. You didn't feel like carrying the entire house in the desert gang back to town, so you just took a few bits. This is a fancy 6-gun. You might even go as far to say it's a 7-gun. Don't be afraid of this hat. It's not inherently bad. It's just a common style choice for bad guys. Okej, nu ska vi se. Är pistolen bättre än den jag har nu? 67. Japp. Kanske dumt att ta på sig då. En muscle. En armor. Ingen aning om vad som är bäst, så att det spelar ingen roll. Japp, Ica Kvantens egna kök. Galet gott och himla massa mat. Okej. Det lät ju nice. Nu kan vi gå tillbaka till stan. Oj, you spot an old mine on the horizon. Abandoned mines are safe and fun to explore. Ja. Vi går dit sen. Den är ju på kartan nu. I give her what's left of the desert house gang. Well, this certainly is a bag of severed ears and teeth and such. Which gang was this? The House in the Desert gang. I'll take your word for it. Good job. Beef up. Nice. Sälja av lite skit kanske. Och sälja den här hatten. Och den. Den kanske. Ja, den kan vi sälja. Dynamit måste vara kvar. Det där har vi på oss. Guldtänder. Nasty ring. Å andra sidan, det verkar inte finnas någon gräns på hur många items man kan ha där. Eller blir det fullt? Här så är det fullt. Inte där än. Okej, kollar vi kartan igen. Snake Pit Mine. Vi kan kolla den. Vad är det värsta som kan hända? A ghostly translucent bandit on a ghostly translucent horse rides up and points his ghostly translucent rifle at you, demanding all your ghostly translucent valuables. I mean, it doesn't actually specify that your valuables should be ghostly or translucent, but it doesn't seem like he's had any use for regular ones. Kom inte hit och mucka gräl. A Ghost Rider. Spooky resistance 100%. Skjut spöket med hagelgeväret. Det lär funka. Should the bandits aren't afraid of any ghostly translucent jerks. Intimidating. Ghost cowboy hat. +4 i mysticality. This is a good hat to wear if you really want people to still be able to see your hair while it's raining. Nice. Snake Pit Mine. It's an exposed meat vein. You look at the mining equipment. You have no idea what any of it does. Do you know how any of this stuff works? Nope. Nope. Okay. Nope. En sån. Vi har inte foragen. Snake Pit Mine. Dig through it. Unrefined meat nuggets. 3 stycken. You can see a snake curled up in the little hole. Pull it out and punch it. Whoa. Coal snake. Coal snake is defeated. 30 meat. Coal snake skin. Put it on your hand to add 3 moxie. Huh. Det gör vi. Det lät bra. Apply to hat. You put the coal snake skin on your hat, making it slightly blacker than it was before. At least in the area right above the brim. Ooh. Cool. I approve. There's a smoking snake in this smoking hole. Fire-breathing coal snake. Vad är det här nu? Action Bonesaw. Funkar bara på skelett till den. Victory. Coal snake skin. En till. Cache of mining supplies. Sulfur match. I've got a match. Your face and the face of somebody who owns at least 1 matchstick. Does 1 hot damage and ignites flammable things. Can of kerosene. Surprising how many obstacles can overcome simply by covering them with gas and setting them on fire. Weakens foes and makes them flammable. Nice, nice. Somebody left their pick here. Pick it up! Fattar ni? Pickaxe. Mine it. Snake eggs. Pull them out and punch them. Chenixen virus. Grillar ormar. Herregud. Vad ska jag säga? Ägg. Okej. Blir det en orm då? Nej. Skjut dem allihop. Okej. Muskel level 6. There's not enough skin on any of them to be worth collecting. Kokt. Senast buggade emotes. Plankor. Pile of loose boards. Jaha, den första kom inte med. Eller så blir det samma 2 gånger. Mine it. Excellent. Okej. Fort cover där. Vi går och sticker till affären igen och ser vad det var de hade. Just appen skrev. Får sluta använda appen helt enkelt. Så lite stekta ägg på det. Faktiskt bara mint fromage. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pairs of spectacles. Looks like a family of especially literate homesteaders met an untamely end here. Tragic. Ooh. You pore over the detritus and manage to find exactly one book that is both undestroyed and remotely interesting. Advanced Cow Punching, Volume 270. Kan vi få en ny skill igen då? Nice. Jag gillar att få nya skills. There's a really interesting article about punching people so hard that they stop moving. Gives Haymaker a combat skill that deals damage and stuns an enemy. Nice. Menacing Mood, vad den, ja. There's a chapter written by a guy who survived 17 different near-fatal gorings. He really learned a lot about getting gored. Gives gore skill that lets you attack an entire row of enemies. Huh. Den tar vi. Unfortunately, you accidentally gored the book into bits while practicing what you learned. Huh? En cannonball hade vi säkert kunnat använda då för smörja upp dörren, så var det kanske sluppit den där fighten då. Okej. Eller bara vänta lite, vad är det här för knapp? Ja, sortera i pris. Aha. I see. Kartan. Får jag gå hit då? Vi skulle hämta... Vad var det vi skulle hämta? Han behövde något, kocken. You found a wrecked bank stagecoach with a strongbox in the back. It's too heavy to carry, but locked to open. But too locked to open. Pick it. You pop it open and find a ton of meat. And since the serial numbers aren't sequential, the bank probably won't be able to trace it if you keep it. Awesome. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make cannonade. Climb into the watchtower and take a look around. A nice view from up here. Det var vägen ut. Okej. Okay. Mint fromage. This sign has the goblin word for toilet on it. Unusually sized cannonball. You got a demi-culverin cannonball. This cannonball is made up to fit a demi-culverin, a cannon with a bore diameter of 10 centimeters. No demi less, no demi more. Yikes. This mishap definitely got somebody fired. Sign says toilet in Goblin, which makes it seem pretty likely that goblins use this tent as toilet. No way are you gonna go in there. Okay. Based on the papers and anatomical diagrams scattered across the surface, you guess in this test belong to Cowardice Nurse. The papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental... vad är det för jävla ord? Daguerreotypes? Ingen aning. Ska vi googla. D-A-G-U-E-R-R-O types. Stava kunde inte hända. Daguerreotype was first commercially successful photographic process in the history of photography. Named after the inventor Louis Jacques Mandé Daguerre, each daguerreotype is a unique image on a silvered copper plate. Yikes. Yep. Marching orders. Set of army marching orders from before all of the army's marching orders were marched back east just as far as your little-livered, little yellow-bellied feet can go. Damnable cowards. Just a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies. This shelf still has some unlooted medical supplies in it. Render them looted. Army Field Trauma Kit. Only contains material for treating physical trauma. For the mental kind, you're better off sticking to whiskey. Hit points, okay? This special kind of government whiskey designed for soldiers in the field. It's fortified with all sorts of vitamins and things and can be used in a pinch to sterilize or at least make a victim feel better about a battle wound. Muscle, mysticality and moxie. Okay. Controlled substances. Frame drops. Ja, jag har tappat några frames faktiskt. Så det kan vara här. Tjena Riksost. Jag har tappat 0,5% av mina frames tydligen. Det brukar inte hända. Har Steam startat någon jävla uppdatering nu igen? Vänta lite. Steam för helvete. Nej, det har de inte gjort. Okej. Okay. Fair enough, då är det något annat. Välkommen Riksost. Inget Wolfenstein idag. You hear the sound of several goblins snoring inside the tent. Going guns blazing. Vilket ljud. Tack. Is it goring? Hur funkar den då? It's in this row. Så om jag sätter där så träffar jag dem då. Eller rad så. Rad måste vara på det hållet. Höger och till vänster. Vi provar. Japp. Okej, så rader och kolumner alltså. Precis som vanligt. Skjut! Besvikelsen är total över att du inte ska streama Wolfenstein. Det blir mer Wolfenstein, men det ska bli lite annat emellan först. Vi har ju de här 2 extra expansionerna kvar i Wolfenstein. Vad fan heter de? Den sista heter Ultimate Challenge och den andra var någonting med Dangerous något. Några minuter som bilden hackade, men ljudet var oftast felfritt. Okej. Jag vet inte vad det kan ha berott på. Det är så sällan jag har sådana problem så jag vet inte riktigt vad de beror på. Kanske var något fel med mitt internet en liten sekund där då eller något. You heroically defeated the sleeping goblins regarding their beds. You're rough and tumble, rowdy and ready to rumble. Det är massa goblins i det här stället ju. An unlocked footlocker. I guess that makes it just a footer. Du får fråga en sak om du vill, ja. Jag kanske inte svarar beroende på vad det är för fråga, men fråga på. Military grade whiskey, just det. Smelling salts. Foul smelling ammonia crystal designed to disgust people into being more awake. An additional action point. Okay. Pick the lock. Kick it open. Incendiary bullet. Extra flammable. Ja, Riksost, det gör jag. This item is used in combat. Helt korrekt. Cool and smooth as a mountain stream propelled by gunpowder through the flesh of your enemies. Deals extra damage against cows and other demonic creatures. Ja, men picklock. Full canteen. It's very old water in a very old canteen. Drink will probably give you tetanus. Which was discovered very recently. Put out fires. Mer whisky och såna kids. Okay? King som listat ut. Naturligtvis. Du är väl en väldigt smart människa så. Black. Good mess left. Hardtack. Cracker is definitely optimized for shelf life instead of taste. This was once a reception desk, but now the most appropriate thing for it is to receive would be a free trip to the dump. Cabinet mostly empty, and a handful of boring personal records in the back. Very incredibly boring. Fine. First Lieutenant Rebecca LeBlanc, 76th Pyrotechnical Division, pay grade 04. Satisfied? Another. Charles Stern, clerk. Miss Acker, incurred sick days. Major Ezra Wolf 2, Beanslinger Division. Okay. Now you're just looking at the same ones you read before. What is wrong with you? I can't get enough. Okay. We're färdiga med dem, tror jag. In general, this is a door. More specifically, it's the door to the general's office. Even more specifically, it's the locked door to the general office. Får vi gå och köpa mer nålar då? Smart och välhängd. Kanon. Affären där. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land just over the horizon. You ride to the side of the impact and find a meteor. Get after it with your pickaxe. 1000 meat! Oh shit. Put it in pig and make short work and small rocks of the meteor. Stardust. Muscle mystic moves for the rest of the day. Nej, min pick. Jag känner ju 400 spänn i alla fall, för en ny pick kostar 1000. Nästan så vi kan köpa en ny. Det här verkar ju vara bra att ha. Sålde du inte nålar? Hade du det? Drygår. Köper en sån. Nähä. Då hade jag väl, var det stan affären som hade den här nere då? Eller hade de bara två så hade jag redan köpt dem. Jag vill ju in i den här kontoret för fan. Nej, men du har dynamit. Okej då, whatever. Tillbaka dit då, för vi skulle hitta någon salpeter var det vi skulle hitta. Till kocken. Av någon anledning. Men då är väl de inne där då, eftersom jag inte hittar dem någon annanstans. Nej, här. It's a spice rack. Shaker of saltpeter. Där var den. Jag hade bara missat den. Okej, tillbaka till kocken. You find a crate lying by the side of the trail. Its lid not loose. It has fell off the back of a cart limited stenciled on the side, which seems a bit on the nose, but hey, free stuff is free stuff. Depressed rancher candy. Like all things for ranchers, this candy was a lot better before the cows came home. Huh. Okay. Nu ska vi se. Kocken. Nej, han var ju inne på här inne. Här borta. Got that saltpeter yet? Okay, the next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper because it's really spicy. Because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. You grow in the area outside town, you should be able to find one if you just wander around a while. Okay. Det verkar som att man kan ha många grejer. Vad är det här för knapp? Ja, man kan göra så. Nice, smart. Det verkar ju smidigare. Ja, då ska vi se. Kartan. Kolla det här nya vi hittar då. Off to one side of the trailer see a covered wagon and a small family of settlers who look upset. We're on our way to Dirtwater, but our wagon went and broke down on us. It's rough. Liable to get attacked by bandits out here. Or snakes. Or coyotes. Or ghosts. Or other things that basically live exclusively on stranded travelers. Is there something you can do to help us? Give them a ride? Alright, I'll give you a... Wait a minute. You got 2 horses hitched onto this wagon. Why don't you just ride the horses to town? What? You know how to ride a horse, don't you? Just ride to Dirtwater. But these are cart horses. Oh, for the love of... You help the confused settler figure out how to sit on the back of a cart horse and lead them back to Dirtwater on a rope. Coolt. Ja, nu kom jag tillbaka till stan också. Star Still takes a weird turn somewhere and you find yourself completely surrounded by old dead trees. Where are you? A grey mist closes in on you as Star Still marches confidently forward through the gnarled and ancient forest. You shudder. Star Still stops. Through the fog ahead of you, you see a shape. You dismount to investigate, and it reveals itself to be the shape of a pedestal, topped with the shape of a book. A chill runs down your spine as you touch the book. Fundamentals of Nexmex. This book contains some basic rituals and incantations of Nexmex. Enough to get a single skeleton up and moving around at least. Skill raise skeletal body. Låter livsfarligt. Så sagt, jag undrar hur många skills man kan ha. Det finns kategorier också. Other stuff. Consumables, your gear, everything. This is like probably pretty dangerous. Yes. You better not be thinking of doing what it looks like you're thinking of doing. Relax, Alice, I can handle it. Fight fire with fire, right? If I think for even a second that you're turning into another necromancer, I'll be fighting fire with lead. Okej, vi låter labilen läsa den då. The sign says, silver bullet making apparatus. Help yourself. Help yourself. A little burn and crucible for melting silver and some bullet molds. And some vice. Silver cufflinks. Ooh, make needles. Hell yeah. Sådär. Kan vi utforska vidare så kan vi gå tillbaks till... Har du planer på att spela Wolf-expansionerna eller hoppa dem? Jag har planer på att spela dem, men som du säger, de ska tydligen inte vara sådär jättebra. Pick the lock. Go inside. Silversmith's house. Men jag har planer på att spela dem. Den sista ska tydligen vara jättedålig eftersom de har typ gömt alla nycklar i hemliga rum. The bookshelf contains like 90 copies of Johnny Tremaine. Something weird about it though. It's too neatly organized. Maybe the guy was hiding something. Vadå 10 moxie? Kostar det 10 moxie? Tucked behind one of the books, you find a small envelope filled with the receipts. About half of them are from a shop called the Silver Platter. He was crooked. The silversmith was selling cheap fakes. And while he's gone now and so are most of his customers, the sensing stirring up trouble at this point, you write down the location of the shop. Might come in handy. Let's hit the road. pick it over. Instant grits. If you've got enough grits, you don't even need to add water. I call this plum pudding because it's made of goat milk extracted from plum udders. Okay. Safe. Jaha, inte safe crack. There's a note on the safe. I forgot the dirty combination to this confounded thing. If you can open it, you're welcome to what's in it. A spittoon. At least it looks like a spittoon, but it's next to the bed. Might actually be a bedpan. Investigate it. Du blir inte helt nöjd med dina Steam-kategorier. Vad är det som felar? What really? I mean, if it's just a spittoon, that's bad enough, but it might be a bedpan and that will be way worse. Investigate it. I feel like maybe you aren't getting what I'm saying. We're talking about an object that someone probably uses when they wake up in the middle of the night and can't be bothered to walk to the outhouse. And the best you can hope for is maybe they only use it to spit nighttime tobacco juice into, in which case it's only full of rancid congealing tobacco spit. I'm investigating it. Are you even listening to me? Or are you sort of skimming past the text? Bedpan. I'm pretty sure there's treasure in there and you aren't stopping me. Bedpan. Shut up. I'm investigating. Okay, fine. Have it your own way. Your own filthy, disgusting way. It turns out to probably not be a bedpan. But if it's definitely a spittoon. And is definitely filled with rotting brown spit. Fish around in it. What is wrong with you? Bite me. Okay, you plunge your hand in up to the wrist. It makes a gloop noise and breaks the thin skin of congealing toxins that was previously keeping the dire smell in relative check. Now you're choking in a miasma of oily, bitter chaw stink. You know that feeling you get when you're about to puke? How you get that taste way back in the rare corners of your mouth? That metallic tang by the root of your tongue like you're sucking on a corroded old penny? Just tell me what I found already. You found a filthy slime-covered old brooch. You happy? But you're going to put it on without even washing it first. Maybe I will. Men jag ska säga här. Blandar hej vilt mellan genrer och typer. Jag anser till exempel inte att open world är en genre utan en typ. RPG är en genre som kan göras som open world management, strategy och så vidare. Medan strategy också är ett genrenamn. Då krånglar jag till allt. Men så länge jag förstår mina kategorier så spelar det ingen roll. Nej, det är ju du som ska använda dem. Så att det... jag satte på mig brorsan. This brush would be much smaller if it weren't for the thick layer of tarnished and dried tobacco spit. Oh, nice. Plus i stats. Verkar som att det var det. Jag har inte foraging. Fel knapp. Kartan tillbaka till fortet. Out in the middle of the desert you find an abandoned minecart. Okej, det har vi redan varit med på. Okej, nu börjar de upprepa sig här. Nu har vi rest för mycket. Go in. Wow, han är där. Shit. Den går bli nu. The goblin seated at his desk is repeatedly firing his pistol at that pie safe. Get their attention. Get their attention with violence. Say, what are you doing? Shooting pies. Always shooting pies. Can you elaborate on that? Why shooting a pie? Yes. To destroying, obviously. Must be to destroying a terrible pie. What's wrong with the pie? You will never understand. No, really? Why a pie shooting? Shut up! So much angry. Looking, I'm pretty sure being a pie is destroyed. Destroyed huh? Look, so many holes in a pie safe. You're winning, a pie is dead. You certain being? Wait here, I'll check. Peek through the bullet holes. Yep, that pie is shot to hell. Hooray! You're a success. A pie is so very destroyed. Are you doing it? So much doing it. But now what? Huh? What are you shooting now? Guess you find another pie? But there are more pies being? Yes, the world is full of pies. Oh no, this violence will never ending. Sorry being, not wishing to enabling this behavior. No, this is my cross bearing. I must be going and continuing the fight. Thanking you. Okay, I wish you good luck against a force of pies. Intimidate. Wait, leaving a hat here. It will not safe be. Yes, good. You protect hat for me. General Goblin's hat. 2 plus muskler. Oh, weird. I guess I'm the general now. Den hatten är ju bättre. Så ska vi ha en sån här. Så där ja. Kanon. You got a lead pie. This is a pie that's been shot so many times that its filling is now 100% bullets. Okay. Cool. Tror det är dags att muppa upp de här goblinerna då. That was hard. Can I check up? Can't eat because you're too full. Okay. Karta. Vi kan kolla den här först kanske. Kan. Vad var det där? Jag kommer inte ihåg. Shaggy Dog Cave. Vi kan gå dit istället. Okej, vi såg den därifrån verkligen. Nice. Inte roligt, men okej. There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall. A record of the events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887. As recorded by Jean Plakewright. Okay. Having acquired through various and sundry means, a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metal hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Colt Jr. in the years before the cows came home, I, Jim Plakewright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Kyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, sets out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Our equipment and provisions consisted of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trade provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques, and engraving tools, 1 large and shaggy dog, and a butt for. After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dog to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered the local saloon and each ordered a beer, except Si, who was satisfied with water. The barman provided our drinks as requested and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to the Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Hoo boy. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the but-for and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that Doug had concealed within a pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Sai, after drawing lots, to share. Vilken historia. After requiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement but-for, we headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. Tack. However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of Dirtwater when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortuitously en gång I tiden kunde jag uttala det ordet. Whatever, still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools. Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English. It inquired as to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave, though we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that they were heading on the correct course, and mentioning that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way. Sometime later we encountered a large abode hut occupied by 2 identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar given that there were 2 of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point. Nu är det Spooktober långt borta! Absolut inte, det är bara en vecka kvar ungefär. Det är den 30:e på måndag i alla fall, det vet jag. One of the hermits confirmed that they were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits refreshed our water supplies in exchange for our but-for, and we continued on our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal. Måste se till att blåsa igenom Rogue Galaxy nu, både för att jag har planer för Spooktober och för att jag inte har gått och fortsätta med PlayStation now. Heja, heja, heja! Blås! After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave. Carefully keeping our excitement in check, lest we become incautious, we unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg he had saved from our basket that had been stolen in Dirtwater. Once we were rested, we decided the time had come to explore the cave. Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous that Nate had discovered that antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the brick, and we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. Hur ska det sluta? As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there were no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress throughout the cave, and engrave them with a tale of our journey, such that others who discovered the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Nate, Sai, and Doug took turns with excavation, I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before a scythe shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which we broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals, just as promised by the legends of Black Cold Juju. Joyous at our triumph, we loaded the chest into our wagon and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Blackwright. Okay. It's a hole. Completely empty one. Så hela den här grottan för ingenting då. Och deras livshistoria. Ja, det var en lång grotta. Det är nog ingenting där. Okej. Nej, fel. Men okej då. Danger, spider. The cave door has been boarded off. Those boards can't hide from your prying eyes or your prying crowbar. Börjar väl där då. Connecting cave. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tagged to it says, "Please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider." It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. Open the door! The tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Okej. Jag öppnade dörren i alla fall. Var ska Metal Gear Survive ligga? Jag vet inte. Jag har en kategori som heter Survival. Var det inte det spelet som fick jättemycket kritik? Nu ska vi smyga nu. You can't see the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk, but you're not going to be able to get to them from this end. If you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. Okej. Hatades på ganska hårt, ja. Jag vill minnas att det var så. You got a perk, mostly scabs? You've been poked by so many cactuses that your body has built up an entire extra set of skin capillaries just to deal with the constant tiny puncture wounds. Okej. Man kunde få weapons. You dig through the crates, mostly full of packaged straw, but you find a pretty fancy knife at the bottom. You hear some chittering coming from the big hole behind you. Du ser Adam bättre än min kniv. 7-9. 56, jobb. Fancy knife. Heck yes. Booze. You should leave right now before that spider eats you. Okay. You must have a death wish standing so close to that thing. Fick du på köpet med någon, så tänkte jag testa om det verkligen är så kast eller om folk bara hade konstiga förväntningar. Jag vet inte, jag har aldrig spelat det, jag har aldrig rört det, jag har ingen aning. Jag bara vet att det var ett jävla gnällande. Kommer inte ens ihåg vad det var de gnällde över. Faktiskt. Men de gnällde. You hear a horrible skittering noise followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. Go inside. Ooh. The gang has been prepped for spider consumption. arrest them. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one, which Alice carries in her medical bag. He was smaller than he looked, and you head back to the Dirtwater jail. Is that the stripy hat gang? What happened to him? They had a run-in with a giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the reward is for the results rather than explanations. Okej, så jag hade alltså kunnat slåss mot honom då. Så öppnade den där spindeldörren och då gjorde spindeln det åt mig. Det finns olika sätt att lösa problemen på. Coolt. Moxie upp. Aj. Ja. I just wanted to say hi. Hi. Well, best get back to work. Another wanted poster. The Potemkin Gang for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. Check it out, yes. The Potemkin Gang's hideout. Lots of criminals around these parts. The Black Hat Bandits for horse theft and selling of counterfeit glue. Last seen headed north towards the old millinery. No good can come of criminals with access to hat-making machinery. Yes. Mark the location of the millinery on your map and spend some time saying millinery over and over. It's a good word. Oj, här uppe har vi inte varit än. Spännande. Post office. Nope. Inga brev. Ja, fine. Vi sticker till det här fortet nu då, så provar vi. Där, Gustafsson Gulch. You encounter a bandit who doesn't look very bandit-like due to the lab coat and slider rule holster. Fortunately, she is also wearing the standard black bandit hat, otherwise you might not have been able to tell. Alright, Buster, this is a stick-up. Hand over the meat. You don't seem to have a gun. How about I just punch you out and leave instead? I'd like to see you try it because I've invented an anti-punching ring and that will help me test it. Threaten her with amazing punches. Oh yeah? Are you sure about that? Check out these muscles. I'm basically the king of punching. Those are pretty good muscles. That's right, hoo-ha. I punched a horse right in half once. You think your pitiful signs can withstand the force of my punches? Turn your face into a bracelet. Gick ut. Oh, you know what? Never mind. She turns and runs away, dropping her hat. Okay. Jag hade redan en sån hatt. Hi, hello, being a mayor. Welcome. Now going away, please. He seems friendly. Talk to the goblin. Can I not come in? Sorry, only for goblins being. Very private. You roll up your sleeves to show your bulging arm muscles. The goblin is either unimpressed or doesn't recognize the menace in the gesture. So you pick him up and toss him over the wall of the court. Cool! Nothing interesting. Library. Can I börja här då? You hear a quiet rustling as though a single goblin were rummaging through a crate filled with straw. Go in and beat the straw out of it. A trigger-happy Gulch goblin. Okay. Muskla upp. Beefcake. Fan, nästan 40 skada nu. Bam. Nej. Whiff! Måste ju betyda miss. Grit. Hit points. Ja, vad är det? These are crazy goblins running through, but there's nothing interesting in any of them. Det stod ju på skylten. Jag har blivit lurad. It's quiet inside. The shack is filled with crude bookshelves. The bookshelves in turn are filled with crude books. 3 titles catch your attention. 1. So very complicated numbers. 2. How to bird noise. Or 3. Alice going into a seeing glass. Very complicated numbers, please. All you can tell about these books is that it concerns extremely high-level mathematics. You don't have the vocabulary to understand any of it, and probably still wouldn't if it was written in English. Your brother would probably love it. This book is an extremely detailed treatise on how the sounds that different birds make. You probably wouldn't expect to learn how to do an accurate crested greb impression from a book, but that's how detailed it is. The popular children's novel has been translated into Goblin. Jabberwocky still reads pretty much the same. Oh, it brillig... What? It brillig being and toves of slithing did in a wabbe gyring and also gimballing. Nice. Det var ju det ja. Vad har vi här då? You listen to the door but you don't hear anything. Men vi läser skylten först. Okay. Check out the inside. Rats! The door is locked. You make short work of the lock. You enter what turns out to be a delicatessen and help yourself to what turns out to be sandwiches. Probably. Okay. Storage. There's no sound coming from inside. The shack is filled with thousands of tiny cabinets, each labeled with a number in Goblin. Look in a random drawer. There's nothing in the drawer, but you find an old lollipop stuck to the bottom of the drawer above it. Keep looking. Look in a more random drawer. There's a sandwich in it. Must have been filed under sandwich. Look in an even randomer drawer. This one contains a rolled up pair of terrible pants. Goblin trousers. 3 armor minus 2 moxie. These crudely stitched pants are solid, but boy are they not fashionable. Red herring storage. You hear a couple of goblins rustling around in there. It sounds like they're doing something really important. Interrupt them. Gulch Goblin Fish Wizard. Oh my god. Fish wizards. Fan en fish wizard för något. Slå på den. Nice. Get fucked, fish wizards. You gave those fishmongering goblins what for? Mysticality up. You look around the building, but it turns out to just be filled with rotting fish. Mayor's house. You don't hear anything inside. The shack contains a bed and a desk. The bed is made of cactus logs with a blanket made of woven together cactus needles. That can't be comfortable. The desk is strewn with folders. You notice one that says Important Secrets. Read them. You learn a variety of secrets, though the only one that's actually pertinent to your circumstances is that there is a spare key to the treasure cave in drawer 69105 in the storage hut. Okay, då går vi och hämtar den då. Check it out. Look in drawer. Gustafsson Gulch Treasure Cave Key Spare. Nice. Här då. As you press your ear to the door and hear somebody delivering what sounds like lines from Hamlet, except in goblin tongue. From this vantage point, you also notice a sign next to the door reading "Backstage entrance, here it being," with an arrow pointing to the back of the building. Head backstage. You sneak backstage and watch the play from behind the curtain. Not only is it a goblin version of Hamlet, it's also been rewritten as a one-man show. To being or not being? Oh, that is a question. Could it better thinking to suffering a crazy things and arrows? Or fighting so many bad things for stopping them because fighting? To dying, to sleeping, hey! Dreaming maybe, but... oh, problems. If dreaming crazy when living, what dreams having after dying? Wow, pretty weird probably. You watch for a while. The bits where the actor has to do a sword fight with themselves are pretty entertaining. Nice. Jag hade gått och sett den showen alltså. The sign says cafe. Looks like the door is locked. Vad fan ska alltid vara låst för? You enter what turns out to be a cafe and reconstruct a few cups of choiry from the leavings in various dirty cups and sinks. You stop to wonder why a cafe wouldn't be open at this time of day. You see a schedule posted on the wall, and sure enough, it says somebody named Gene is supposed to be working this shift. He always was a shiftless layabout, that Gene. Mere consumables. You hear a bunch of gruff goblin voices gruffingly griping at each other inside. Heading guns blazing. Som en jävla kaktus där. Beefcake. Gulch Goblin Cactus Jack. Cracker Jack. Flapperjack Jack. Kan jag anfalla den då? Eller varför står det en kaktus där? Okej, vi sköt sönder kaktus. Attack. Shoot. Goblin Flapjack Jack performs a special attack. Det kan jag också. Det hade varit bättre att slå, för då hade den dött. XP, muskel upp. Treasure Cave Key, okej, nu har vi både den och reservnyckeln. Här måste ju vara Treasure Cave, this door to remaining locked at all times. Okej, då låser vi väl upp den då. Head inside. This goblin is paying more attention to their book than to you, but you're pretty sure you aren't gonna just be waltzing on by. Spoil the ending. Hey goblin, good book. What thinking about how Gorashio is only surviving one at the end? Everyone else dying, poisoning, sorting, pow blam. Ah no, spoilers! Guards runs out of the cave with their hands over their ears. Yay! This goblin guard is whittling a little wooden bird call, but they're not too busy to beat you up if you try to get past them. Try your new bird call skills. You duck behind a stalagmite and do your great crested greb impression. Oh, a great crested greb, wow! The guard pulls a pair of binoculars out of his uniforms and runs out of the cave. Så det var här vi läste böckerna för oss, så man kan lura ut vakterna istället för slåss. Tjena Hemmingert! Hur är läget? Unlike the other two guards, this one is being very attentive and seems very suspicious of you. Also, unlike the other two guards, they have a name tag that says Gene. Remind them about their cafe shift. Hey Gene, you're supposed to work in the cafe today. You're forgetting. The goblin quickly takes off the guard uniform and puts on a cafe uniform and races out of the cave. Nej, den är låst. Spelet kallas West of Loathing och det ska vara en sån här stickfigur RPG. 1200 meat. A year's supply of dynamite. Nice. Måste vi se om vi kan. Nu är vi färdiga där. Vad ska jag säga? Silver där. Det ser billigt ut, men det är galet kul. Your boost sense alerts you to the presence of a rock. Confused, you move the rock and sure enough there's a bottle of booze behind it. Cheap wine. Phew, you were afraid for a second that your boost sense had been replaced with some kind of rock sense. Ja, det hade ju inte varit bra. Har vi så vi kan göra mer än needles to help yourself. Make needles. Gött. Tillbaka till goblinstället så vi kan låsa upp alla kistor och se vad det är i. Jag vill ha all loot. You find a safe on the side of the trail. Ironic. You think to yourself that it's in such an unsafe location. You hop down from Starsteel to find that the safe is locked, in addition to being closed, which you could tell it was from horseback. Och jag har inte safe cracking. Vart får jag safe cracking? Varför har jag inte den skillen? Så här. Consumes 1200 meat. Det var det värt. Goblin engagement ring. Plus 5 spell damage. Minus 3 pistol attack damage. It's shiny. Distractingly so. Goblin tiara. It's sturdy, but man oh man it's ugly. Okej, det var inte direkt något jag ville använda något av det, tror jag. Så det var den som var spell damage. Vad ersätter den då? Ja, nasty ring. Vad gjorde nasty ring där? Den kanske var bättre. Ja, den är nog bättre. Plus i stats är aldrig fel alltså. Tar vi dynamiten tillbaka till. Vad är det här nu? Find a flyer for dynamite store up north. It's charred around the edges like it got blown here by an explosion. Dynamite Dance Discount Dynamite Dare House. Inte just nu, vi sticker dit sen. Vi ser vad vi får för belöning. Any luck finding a year's supply of dynamite? Here you go. Good, perfect, this will do the trick just fine. Hang back for a bit while I get the fellas to set up the chargers, and I'll let you do the honors. Smee consults with the other workers and they inspect the rocks for a time. Eventually one of them shrugs, pushes the whole crate of dynamite up the next to the rocks and wires up a detonator. Alright, let her rip. Why don't you have a longer detonator cable? Nope. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just give me a 3 count before you hit the plunger so I have time to get under the train. Do it! What the holy heck is that thing? Oh, man, can we bunka på. This is a very large and very angry looking thing? Guy? Standing here? Apparently it's a little peeved at having a year's supply of dynamite blow up next to its butt while it was sleeping. How are you going to handle this? A fair fight, that's how. Pulverize it. Okej, vi kan inte använda någon av dem så vi måste slåss. Whoa! Ja. Nej. Beefcake! It's another. It deal 1 damage? Okay. 20 damage. Throw it. Nice. Vi hade väl den här med. Weakening it. Om det funkar bra. Dränker vi den i kerosin. Så tänder vi på. Okej. Han brinner. Men alltså, okej, det går inte att sticka honom med kniven. Kanske är logiskt. Skjut honom! Kanske ska spara så vi har en action point kvar ifall vi behöver heala lite. Intressant spel, är det bra? Ja, det är faktiskt bra. Jag fortsätter skjuta. Det är inte så mycket annat att göra där. Det är bra att de brinner, det funkade på sten. Sen får vi bara börja skjuta. Han har ju bara 49 liv på honom. Jag vet inte hur länge de brinner. Får mer skada varje runda också. Det är ju bra. Oh shit, hon behöver heala sig. Heal. Nice. Skjut. Nu har vi vunnit då eftersom han kommer... Nej, inte heal. Ja, skit. Han dog av elden i alla fall. Victory, 75 XP. Plus Grumption. Mer speed. Nice. Well now, that is as fine a day's work as I've ever seen. Much obliged, friend. We'll be getting the rest of this track laid down and head out now. Here, I'll mark your route on your map for you, in case our paths happen to cross again. Discover a new map location, okay? Can I just ride the train? Got a ticket? I'm just kidding. Guess you don't. Every seat on this train sold out. Sorry, boss. Ja, spännande. The remains of the triumph of that crazy rock pile guy. Okej. Så vi hittar på då. Kolla in den här dynamitaffären som kanske hade sprängts. Campsite off in the distance that appears to have been very comprehensively trampled to ruin. Destroyed campsite. Dynamite Dance discount. Ja, man hade kunnat köpa dynamiten här då. Okej. Inte så mycket annat här va? Hej. Kollar vi destroyed campsites. Find a pair of saddlebags slung over a tree branch. Stenciled letters on the side reads property of Fort All Dead Library. Ny skillbok. Nice. Ge mig en bra skill. There's a big poster you can fold out and practice punching. Gives the old 1, 2, 3 skill that lets you perform 3 punch attacks in quick succession. Nice. Thick skin och bull stomp. 1, 2, 3. You unfold the poster and punch it until you're extra good at punching. Unfortunately, you're not very good at stopping punching. And you punch the book to bits. This knapsack seems like it's taken a lot of abuse recently. Most of the contents are trashed from being stomped on. You do find a dented can of potted meat though. You also notice that the knapsack has a knife sheath strapped to the side, but you don't see the knife anywhere. Food. Oh, bra. Plus your stats. The tent is a real mess. It looks like it was trampled by a whole herd of cows. There's something odd about it though. Okay. Do not säga just his cape. Well, now this place is a hell of a mess. Okay. Oh, hi. Yikes. You think maybe this used to be a person? Diagnosis doc. Cause of death. Hit by freight train. The only track I see are cow tracks though. Could have been cows, I suppose. There's a leg missing though. Cows aren't meat eaters. Well, neither are trains. There are cow tracks leading away from the mangled corpse. It probably wouldn't be hard to follow them. Follow the tracks. Since you have reason to believe these tracks may be a fake, you could either follow them or head in the opposite direction. Follow the tracks. You follow the cow tracks for 100 yards or so, after which they stop suddenly. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest nearby. Well, darn. Okay, cow. Hi. Oh. Go the opposite way. You head in the opposite direction for about half a mile and discover another campsite, this one occupied. You observe the campers carefully from a distance before approaching. They're dressed weirdly, in brightly colored baggy clothes and with white face paint. As you get closer, you realize they're dressed up as rodeo clowns. Gross. Why would they do that? There doesn't seem to be a rodeo happening anywhere near here. Approach the camp. Huh. This rodeo clown is playing on a harmonica. The tune he's playing, it basically goes do do doodly doo do 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 do. Say hello. Nods politely but keeps playing. This rodeo clown is eating a comically large haunch of meat. He narrows his eyes at you as if to say, mine. Okay. This clown is idly juggling a knife. Howdy, stranger, he says with a smile. Howdy. What are you guys doing down here? Do you know anything about the wrecked camp nearby? Huh, somebody's camp got wrecked? Well, that's terrible. Whatever happened? Oh, I think you know what happened. The harmonica falls silent, and the clown's eyes grows very cold. He stops toying aimlessly with his knife. Well, no, I don't much care for that accusatory tone in your voice, mister. Vill jag slåss mot dem då? What I mean is, you know, now that you mention it, we did hear quite a ruckus coming from not too far away. A lot of, you know, mooing and so, right, boys? Huh. You guys know a lot about cows, right? Now, why would you assume that? Just because we're clowns? Well, I figured it comes with the territory. It's been a good 20 years since a rodeo was an actual thing, you know? So why do you dress that way? Dress? Oh, well, it's traditional after all. Isn't it inconvenient? How do you mean? The makeup and the baggy clothes and all. It must be hard to talk to people when they're creeped out. Do you think we're creepy? He leers at you, showing yellow teeth. In the flickering light of the campfire, they almost look pointed. Relax, partner. Just old stories getting you worked up. You mean the old stories about how demon cows and demon clowns war against each other in hell? And rodeo clowns dressed like that because the rodeos were sort of like reenactments of those battles? Well, are demon clowns real? Vi slår ihjäl dem. Vad fan spelar det för roll? Well, now you go and say things like that. You know we can't let you leave here alive, stranger. Bring it, freak show. Okej, jag vet inte om det här var rätt eller fel, men hur kör vi? Beefcake. Vilket liv har han då? Inte jättemycket. Han har mest liv. Kan vi göra så här då? Så anfaller vi båda, eller? Nej. Nej, rad. Varför tänkte jag fel? Jag tänkte jag kolumn och rad. Nu blandar jag ihop dem igen. Noll. De är inte så bra på att slåss kanske. Okej. Nej, men... Du ändrar target. Nästa gång. Du ser Mingert, det är ett underbart annorlunda spel. Varför gör de 0 skada hela tiden? Han har väl slut på action points. Hugga dig med kniven. Skjut! Har jag för bra stats så de inte kan skada mig kanske? Du ska ta med så här. Victory! Well, that's one pack of demonic rodeo clowns that won't be troubling people anymore. And boy, you did not expect to be thinking that sentence today. Sant. You poke around the campsite for a bit, but don't find anything of value apart from the leader's knife and a ticket to the circus. Well, the harmonica maybe, but that clown had his lips all over it. Clown knife. The blade of this hunting knife is glistening with clown spit. Ugh. People who lick their knives to look intimidating are basically the worst people. Fick svar från Steam-supporten igen. Snabba ja, men hade de något bra svar? Barnaby's Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow. Admit one, plus partner. You also find a note in one of the lead clown's pockets. Ew. It seems to be orders to check out an abandoned tannery not far from Dirtwater. It's probably a bad idea to let these guys wander around near town, so maybe you should investigate. You discovered a new map location, Danny's Tannery. Coolt! Är kniven bättre? Jag har nu 7 till 9. Den här ger 9 till 11. Yes. Den andra går plus i Moxie, men det är ju sånt man har när man skjuter. Det är stats för pistoler och jag använder ju sällan pistoler. Blev inte mycket klokare. De menar på att jag har rapporterat de här taggarna som offensive och inte att jag skrivit dem. Men det står ju you apply this tag på spelets mystiksida när jag hovrar over. Jaha, då vet de inte ens vad de håller på med alltså. A simple 3-man tent which probably sleeps about 40 clowns. Crap. Okay. The gang. Silver platter. Det här var Tannery. Vi kollar den då. Men då kanske problemet är att det är där det har buggat. Att den tror att jag taggar jag rapporterat skrivits av mig eller någonting. Typ problem solved. Ska försöka låtsas som ingenting. Jopp. Det är nog bäst. För det där förstår jag inte riktigt heller vad de... Säger de att det är löst så? As you turn a corner you come face to face with 3 bandits pushing a large barrel marked TNT down the trail. The 4 of you stare at each other for a moment, unsure of how to deal with this potentially violent happenstance. Charge them a toll. Now hold on there, fellas. You know there's a barrel toll on this road, right? A what now? A barrel toll. It's a 100-meter roll of barrel through here. Oh yeah? What are you planning to do if we refuse to pay your stinking toll? Well, I'd have to shoot that barrel full of explosive that the 3 of you are standing right next to. The bandits look at your pistol, and then the barrel, and then at each other, and then at you. Give them your best crazy-eyed grin. They pull out their wallets. Ha! Lättlurade miffon. Okej, ska vi se vad det här handlar om då. Jag tror vi gör så att vi utforskar det här området och sen får det nog vara bra för idag. Det har varit ett hiskligt mycket pratande idag. Jag känner halsen börjar bli lite seg. It sounds like there's a lot of fighting going on inside the tannery, except instead of the regular fighting sounds you're used to, like shouting and gunfire and chairs being broken over people's backs. You hear a lot of ghostly bellowing and shrill crackling laughter. Sounds like a real bad scene, in other words. As you enter the tannery, the second thing you notice is that the place has been abandoned for years, probably since the cows came home. A lot of the equipment is wrecked, and all of it is covered with dust. The first thing you notice is that there are a bunch of rodeo clowns in here fighting with... Well, they aren't cows exactly. They're more like the possessed skins of cows. Mycket läsande i detta, ja. Men vi fortsätter imorgon igen. Det är torsdag och jag har inte så mycket för mig, så... That's a little strange because you've seen people wearing, for example, cow leather chaps, and you've never seen anyone being attacked by their chaps. Maybe there's something about the tanning process that makes the leather impervious to possession, and these cow ghost whatevers are untanned hides? In any case, the clowns and cows seems preoccupied enough with their fighting that you haven't noticed you, at least not yet. Dessutom är det, jag gillar det här spelet. Det är lite så här dålig humor och jag gillar att det är annorlunda så här. Fortsätt historia to program. Nej, men jag vill inte ut. Wow. Don't mind me. Manure. This door is locked, which is probably just as well considering the ruckus you hear on the other side of it. Okay. Fråga Spyware, hur går det med fotandet av spelen ni skulle sälja? Fortfarande nyfiken på vad det blir. As you approach the clown and weird cow leather ghost thing, they take notice of you and stop fighting while they process this new development. The clown fortunately seems to decide he hates cows more than he hates you. The cow unfortunately decides it hates you more. Hate it right back. Måste kolla och radera bärbara spelsparfiler och sånt. Jaha, okej. Ja, då. Ingen stress. Ja, beefcake. Clownen är med i mitt lag nu. För han hatar korna mer än han hatar mig. Sticker vi spöket med kniven, för det är fan effektivt. Det är mycket jobb med att sälja grejer. Nice. Hvis vi listar vad vi vill ha så måste du researchas vad varje spel är värt. Ja, det är sant. You beat the cow, but the enemy of your enemy is apparently not your friend because the clown decides it's his turn to be on the right side of the screen. Uh-oh. Beefcake. Alltså det finns ingen anledning att inte go beefcake. Hon behöver levela upp lite så hon gör mer skada när hon skjuter. A rodeo clown is defeated. Tough customer. Well, that's one clown and one cow down. You hear a lot more fighting going on in the rest of the tannery, so that pat on the back will have to wait till later. Nu är vi låda här. Open it. Looks like you found an old toolbox. Besides the miscellaneous scraps and junk that naturally accumulates in toolboxes, you find a handful of nails and a pair of sizable, sharp and serious-looking scissors. Ooh. Det är ett vapen. These heavy-duty scissors have a little serrated teeth and are designed specifically for cutting cowhide. Okay. Vad har jag nu då? Clown knife har jag. 9 till 11 och den gör också 9 till 11. Vi provar vi den då. Här är det en massa kor. Det kanske funkar bra. Måste jag... Okay, you attempt to sneak up on the cow fails, assuming you were even sneaking and not just moseying over. The cows appeared all too willing to add your face to the list of faces they hate, and turn their attention from the clowns, who jump at this opportunity to get the jump on their ancient enemies. Join the fracas. Beefcake. Shoot. Det är bra att de slår på clownerna. Ja. Stab. Jag gillar att han har en stor sax i näven. Coolt. Skin cow. True to form, the clowns who were on your side in that fight betray you. Damned clowns. Har du fått mycket hitpoints här? Har du över 70? Men de gör inte så mycket skada här, men det är bra. Slår vi på den då, för den andra kommer dö när jag skjuter. Nice. Feels kind of strange to be fighting alongside demonic clowns, but I guess war makes strange bedfellows. Ugh, please ignore the fact that I just used demonic clowns and bedfellows in the same sentence. Yep, skit vi väl i det då. This scene has the making of a real brawl. Not only does one of the clowns have a nasty look in his eye, nastier than typical, I mean, but one of the possessed cow hides is stretched on a tanning frame, which makes it stronger somehow, I assume. Är det någon sorts boss då? Beefcake. Shoot. The Ungulith performs a special attack. Okay. Det är som att clownerna jag ser på den i alla fall. Så. En Ungulith. Vad betyder det då? Wow. Dog gjorde den i alla fall. Det är 3 clowner i mitt lag nu. Okay. Victory! Guess what? The clowns turn on you after the cows are all dead. This is not surprising. Oh, den här var det med. Först Beefcake. Sen den här. 3 action points. Vilken av de här nötterna har mest liv, du? Hit. Mm. Okej. Inte så pjåkigt. Kunde gjort lite mer skada tycker man, men hej. tog jag halva livet. Vi fortsätter slå på den andra. Shoot! Ups. Du kan ju slå där så får hon heala istället. Heal. Tömmer doktorsväskan på mig. Hur är det logiskt? Attack. Nej, nu kan vi skjuta här. Men då var de andra karaktärerna har gjort om man tog med sig dem istället. Vi hade ju gamle Peter och så hade vi hon som fick hela sin familj mördad av kor. Det var deras skills var liksom. Ooh, 120 XP. Oh, what a mess that fight was. And what a mess the floor is after. At least now you're free to poke around the scenery. It is a skinning knife. Tannery back door key. Nice. This body must have been lying here since the cows came home. There isn't much left. You poke around in the tattered shreds of your clothes and find an old key. Tannery Saint Rage key. Okay. Tillnyckel. Pile of loose boards. Ja, Silly åker vi till dörren och öppnar den. Oh boy, oh jeez, this is not a good situation to be in. You quickly hide behind some old tan hides. Huh? Is that what they call that? There are 3 clowns out there, each armed with a nasty looking knife. One of them is licking his knife. And the sound makes you think maybe he's literally sharpening the blade on his tongue. They're facing down 2 of the stretch-hide cows, and a monstrous thing that looks like an entire cow skeleton draped in flayed cow skin. I bet you lot think you're real clever breaking through to the human plane. Did you think we wouldn't follow you? Moo! Did you think you'd find a weapon here to use against us? Or are you just trying to escape? Moo! What? You take that back? None of them seem to have noticed you. Looks like you'd sneak back through the door if you're really careful. Nej, varför då? When they see you, the clowns and cows stop hissing and mooing and posturing at each other. Hey, who the hell are you? Candygram? Moo! Uh-oh. Now's our chance. Get him! Okej, ska vi se hur det här går då. För hell, cow slår ihjäl henne på ett slag. What the fuck? Ja, hur återupplivar man döda människor? Går det? This will recover. Nej. Hallå? Nej. Okej, det var ju galet spännande. Okej. Det var ingen bra början på striden. Sätter på sig blåst. Okej. Ja, det är väl bara beefcakea upp. Nej, jag trodde inte heller kossor hissade, men det kanske de gör. Jag är ingen expert. Nej, men kan vi inte slå på den där nere så den dör istället? Holy shit. Det här är inte bra. Jag har ju inte så mycket healing. Den healar ju bara 10. Vad använder allihop då? Ska vi egentligen få se hur det ser ut när man dör? Ja, så anfaller vi den. Så bra, en borta. Så det hade varit grörbra om ni tar hand om den. Det gjorde de inte. Nu gjorde de. Efter att den har anfallit. Förbannat osmart. Okej, 9 till 11, 1 och 4. Kan ju inte skada den här jäveln direkt. 0 skada och sätter man fire. Undrar om de börjar brinna även om de tar 0 skada. Vi provar. Whiff! Well, fuck you. Hugga dig med saxen. Nej, han har börjat brinna. Gött, mos. Brinn upp. Ja, vi tar den här då. Bra, han har bara 25 liv kvar. Känns inte som det mest effektiva att slåss med en stängd sax. Nej. Jag tror jag ska sitta på mig. Blir det game over om jag dör men clownerna överlever? Missa inte. Yes. As predictable as ever, the clowns turn on you once you help them defeat the cows. Nu är de tillbaka till livet. Bra. Aj. Han gör ont. Nej. Förstår du så hårt helt plötsligt? Klipp till kossan. Hon får gilla mig helt enkelt. Det är lite hennes grejer liksom. Aha. Kanske skulle ha tagit den här armor-skillen istället. Jag måste ju få ihjäl en av dem. Det kommer inte funka annars. Dö inte. What? Okay. Okay, defeat. You did not prevail. It's okay. There were a lot of them, and they were horrible. I get angry. Okay. Måste jag göra om allting nu då, eller vad? Nej. Nå, det är lugnt. Så är det i spel. Nu ska vi se, har jag någon... så här bättre mat kanske? Vad gjorde den här? Nej. 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 Armor 3 är bra. You move around until overlapping the ectoplasm in space and wait for a while. Okay. Den ger plus i armor nämligen. Speed, moxie. Put out fires. Muscle, speed. Range damage. Ja, den kan vi ta och checka upp. Nähä. Ja, jag har för många. Kan vi inte ta bort någon då? Man inte vill ha den kvar. Det går antagligen inte, va? Verkar inte så. Ja, vi får se vad som händer. Okej, det... Fan! Ja, vi gör ett försök till innan vi Stänger ner här. Vad händer om jag tar run off då? Okej. Så. We'll be sure you're ready before you go dragging us into that fight. Japp, då kör vi. Levlar man i det här så kan du grinda lite, eller måste du klara det med det? Man kan grinda lite. Man levlar. Prova att se om vi kan ha ihjäl den direkt. Yes, bra. Inte för att det spelar någon roll, det är ju den andra fighten som är jobbiga. That's not a skeleton. Hell cow. Hell cow. Om vi inte vinner den här gången så får alla grinda lite sen och innan nästa stream. Ja, bra, så är en clown till på den så borde den vara borta. Bra. Däremot fick jag inte tillbaka mina items när jag game overade, för så funkar det tydligen inte. Gilla mig, precis. Jag vet inte vart man ska grinda bara. Jag tror skeletten är nog lite för lågt level där som vi hade. Det var ett bra ställe att grinda på innan. Men kanske funkar fortfarande. Vi får bara fortsätta slå den. Dumma ko. Heala en gång till. Kostade action points förresten. Nej, skills. Ja, nej, får se. Jag bara slå på clownerna. Jag undrar om clownen dör i den här fighten, är den med i nästa då? Kan jag slå ihjäl clownen? Ska vi testa? Jag gillar inte clown. Skit. För det kan ju vara smart i så fall. Då slipper vi slåss mot 3 clowner nästa gång. Så är bra, titta. Vi får se om han är med nästa gång eller om han är borta. Vi slår på den med då. Fast 2 clowner klarar vi av. Skjut! Nice. Japp. Nu får vi se då. Aj, det var 3 då. Okej, vi ser hur mycket. Vi börjar med beefcake. Så har vi den här. 60 skada max. Då kan vi inte döda någon. Vi kanske kan döda den, så vi försöker med det. Och vi får en bra damage. Nice, bra. Titta. I approve of this. Så kör vi en liten heal. Ja, jag blockerar lite vilka skills de har, men det verkar ju vara jävligt random hur mycket skada attackerna gör, så jag antar att du måste ha lite tur. Ja. Jag hade nog lite otur förra gången, tror jag. Det är min gissning. Nu kan vi nog skjuta en gång här. Det är nog bara grinda lite eftersom finerna de verkar bli mycket starkare nu. Tack. Nej. Skjut inte mig. Gilla mig. Sen är det ju vanligt så här RPG med damage nummer som kan variera och jada. Jag tror jag fick gilla mig själv också. På med blåster. Ja, men vi ska inte göra så mycket skada. Du slår. Alltså när den sista dör, När det bara är en kvar så borde det inte vara så jävla jobbigt längre. Jag är glad att han dog direkt så vi slapp. Ja, titta. Hila igen för säkerhets skull. Det är lite som Final Fantasy 13. Om ledaren blir knockad så har man förlorat. Vi kör en heal till bara. Nu borde vi heala mer än vad de slår så att snart kan vi nog börja skjuta också. Det börjar se bra ut. Vi healar igen. Han slår ihjäl honom nästa gång. Han har bara 12 hitpoints kvar. Så är det Persona också. Nice. Sådär ja. Jävla clowner. Good thing the clowns hate cows more than they hate humans, so that fight could have gone way worse. Fortunately, it seems pretty unlikely that you'll run into any more animated leather-clad cow skeletons on your adventure. Right? 180 XP. Muscle up it. Anyway, one of the clowns dropped a map of the region. It has the tannery marked on it, with a route leading to it from a place way up north, which is marked with, I guess, a circus tent, which would seem weird, but, well, clowns. Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow. Hooray! He approached the hide warily. Looks like it was too tan to be possessed. Storage shed. Huh. Den har Nisse där bakom. The guy back here hiding behind a barrel. He isn't very good at hiding. Thank God you're not one of those horrible clowns. Nope. I'm Bjorn. Bjorn CTS. I'm Grady Tanner. It's a good thing you're right. I could have held out much longer. Are you actually a Tanner, or is that your surname? Well, both. What are you doing in here? Hiding. What I mean is, why are you hiding in here? Because I don't want to die. Look, what's your story? Finns en skill som jag lär mig innan som gör att ens partymedlemmar offrar sig som om jag skulle ha tagit en dödande smäll, typ så. Inte behövt den med några liknande. Okej. Som Knights i Final Fantasy 5 tror jag. Rätt vad det är så springer du på Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Den filmen är konstig. While I was scavenging for tanning materials, cow's bane ain't as easy to get hold of as it was in the old days. But while I was searching, those cows showed up, and then those clowns showed up. So I locked myself in here to hide. What's cow's bane? It's an herb used for tanning leather. You can't grow it in large batches anymore because cow shows up and wrecks the place. So this other stuff we generally use for pig leather and so on. It's not as good though. Cows wreck your herb gardens? Yeah, if you're growing more than about a flower pot's worth, they will get wind of it somehow. And they hate this stuff. Can't figure why. Here, we got a few extra seeds you can have. Be careful with them. Cow's bane seeds. I'll declare the clowns and the cows. Wonderful, thank you. As soon as I get a new shop set up, you can count on me for any little goods you need. And first one's on the house. You wouldn't happen to know where I might set up a shop, would you? There's an empty lot in Dirtwater you can probably use. Great, I'll head right there. Thanks a million, partner. Owe you one? No problem. Bara 23 spel kvar att kategorisera. Heja, heja, heja! Nu. Ja. Då sticker vi tillbaka till stan. Bara se vad det var vi fick ut på kartan här. Det här, cirkus. Men det får bli imorgon. Nu ska jag tillbaka till stan. Sälja lite skit. You catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to its source. A vividly colored red shape hanging from a strangly little plant. This must be the southeast western murder pepper that fella the jewel was talking about. Your finger and thumb immediately starts throbbing as you pluck the pepper. toss it in your rucksack before it can do any more damage. Nice, kan vi lämna in den med då. Den filmen är bland de bästa dåliga filmer av alla dåliga filmer. Jag gillar den. Den är konstig. Jag har inte sett den sen på på länge nu, men Fight med Murder Pepper. Det jag kommer ihåg mest, det var på den här busstationen när clownen checkade upp honom med skuggfiguren på väggen. Nice big one. That lasted a while. Good going. Okay, so if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go to check my mail. Order a new sauté knife. But I haven't got time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my post office box. Nice. Rätt balla effekter med tanke på hur gammal den är. Ja. Vad var det jag tänkte göra? Sälja av lite skräp också. Jag hoppas spelet autosaver, för jag har inte hittat någon save-funktion än. Nu ska vi se. Sälj. Eller var det den jag hade? Sälj. Fancy knife. Sälj. Sälj den. Ghost cowboy hat. Sälj den. Sälj den. Sälj den. Sälj. Sälj den. Sortera dem i ordning istället. Så där. Den ska vi ha kvar. Den kan vi sälja, för jag behöver inte 2. Det här tror jag har på mig. Den har jag inte på mig. De här kan vi sälja. Gold Tooth kan vi säkert sälja också. Hur mycket pengar har vi nu? 6000. Snabb googling av spanar detta. It will auto save when you go to the menu. And it saves when you enter a room. Nice. Cool pistol. Sälj den. Skeleton bone. Sådär ja. Du hade inget kul att säga. Kör. Hade inget kul där, nej. Men då så. Då ska vi se om det är någon rolig person live som man kan... vad heter det? Raida heter det. Just det. Raida heter det. Dun, dun, dun. Firebrand sitter och spelar Zelda. Jag tror vi sticker dit. Om Twitch nu vaknar så. CTS är live. Han är både rolig och cool. Ja. En liten stund till i alla fall. Tack själv, Mingert. Och alla andra också såklart. Det ser jag. Och så får vi vänta på reklamen så att den tar slut. Good Omens. Jag vill se den serien. Den verkar bra. Herp derp. Men då kör vi. Startar raiden där. Även om man inte hann vara med så mycket. Det blir lugnt. Det blir lugnt. Vi kör vidare imorgon. Jag vet inte riktigt när jag startar. Kanske 18, kanske 19. Något sånt. Men nu är det dags att göra lite annat. En timme innan jag går och lägger mig. Så, får ni ha det så gott. Tack och hej. Dun, dun, dun. Jag tror jag flyttar den.